right now. Keep the penalties down, of course, but, we'll fix that this week.
Thanks to John Meadows and Glen Baptist Church for keeping us on the air, and thanks to Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning for another Wildcat Radio Coaches Show. We'll talk to everybody Friday night. Go Wildcat.
This is 97.5 WFBB, the beacon of Baker County, a ministry of Glen Baptist Church, Glen St. Mary, Florida.
Have you ever thought about cleaning out your garage or wonder what you need to do with all those aluminum cans or scrap metal you've got laying around in the backyard? Well, look no further. You just need to load it up and head to American Recycling. Tim Hughes owns and operates American Recycling on Woodlawn Road in McClenny, Florida. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on the second and fourth Saturdays of every month from 9 a.m. to noon. Stop by and see Tim and maybe even cash in on that stuff you've got laying around. Tim and American Recycling say, go Wildcat. Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
Stay home. 2 words that everyone's saying these days. At Hometown Home Health, you can receive nursing and therapy services in the comfort of your own home. These services are covered by Medicare as well as most major insurance companies. Hometown Home Health has a true commitment to their community and is the only home health agency located in our hometown. It's your choice, so choose Hometown Home Health. Maddie and Kristen say, go Wildcats.
You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 FM WFBB. This radio station is a ministry of Glen Baptist Church in Glen St. Mary, Florida. We're blessed to air Baker County Wildcat Football live each week, and it's our hope that you enjoy the program. We know that life is busy, work, school, football, running errands around, but in the midst of the busyness, we all need a church home that brings the stability upon which you can build your life. If you're looking for a church home where you can grow in Christ and community, we would love to invite you to worship with us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Check us out on our website at glenbaptist.org or on Facebook, where you can access church info and content and even watch worship services. At Glen, you get dynamic music, gospel-centered expository preaching, and a wonderful faith community. Come grow with us.
Have you ever thought about cleaning out your garage or wonder what you need to do with all those aluminum cans or scrap metal you've got laying around in the backyard? Well, look no further. You just need to load it up and head to American Recycling. Tim Hughes owns and operates American Recycling on Woodlawn Road in McClenny, Florida. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on the second and fourth Saturdays of every month from 9 a.m. to noon. Stop by and see Tim and maybe even cash in on that stuff you've got laying around. Tim and American Recycling say, go Wildcat.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkin Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkin Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkin Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinChevy.com.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate, call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 FM WFBB. This radio station is a ministry of Glen Baptist Church in Glen St. Mary, Florida. We're blessed to air Baker County Wildcat football live each week, and it's our hope that you enjoy the program. We know that life is busy, work, school, football, running errands around, but in the midst of the busyness, we all need a church home that brings the stability upon which you can build your life. If you're looking for a church home where you can grow in Christ and community, we would love to invite you to worship with us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Check us out on our website at glenbaptist.org or on Facebook, where you can access church info and content and even watch worship services. At Glen, you get dynamic music, gospel-centered expository preaching, and a wonderful faith community. Come grow with us.
Welcome to Baker High Wildcats football. And now, Baker High Wildcats football.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Lights here. Baker County Wildcat football coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, downtown McClenny, Florida. Side of tonight's matchup, Florida High School Activities Association Class 5A, Region 1 playoff semifinal. The Wildcats hosting tonight, hosting the West Florida High School From out in Pensacola, Jackie, a lot of people will remember this West Florida high school team from a few years ago, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. The Wildcats 9-2 on the season right now, Jackie. The only only two losses the Wildcats have were to teams early in the season. Mandarin, a large 7A school, and Vieira, 7A school from down in Central Florida. Those two losses came very early in the season, and since then the Wildcats have been rolling. Wildcats a big win last week against Ed White here in the first round of the 5A Region 1 playoffs. 28-12, we took down Ed White, the Commanders, last week in a game that saw a couple different things happen, that saw the Wildcats get out to an early lead and then kind of have to hang on down the stretch and just keep Ed White out of the end zone. They kept throwing the football, and we were here for 4.5 hours for that football game last night. We hope we have a little different outcome tonight. Or not, the outcome will be great, but different length of time.
Yeah, I'll take the outcome, but my goodness, 4.5 hours, Mike, I've never in my life, and every Wildcat fan I've talked to is going, what in the world was going on? That was the longest game in history. It had to be. We don't have a count on the number of flags, and I think they're still throwing them on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. My goodness, I've never seen anything like it, but exciting to be here tonight. Going to be a great matchup against a West Florida team that you do have a tiny history with, so you kind of know what's going on. And right here in Memorial Stadium, we didn't have to make the 7-hour drive out to West Florida this time, made them come all the way to Baker County, and hope to put on a good show tonight.
Yeah, we talked about this. You know, the Wildcats, by earning the number 1 seed in Region 1 here, have got basically, you know, the catbird seat, if you want to call it that, for the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. And that means if the Wildcats win these football games each week, the Wildcats will have a chance to host each week, at least for the first 3 rounds until you get past the regionals. So West Florida comes in tonight's ball game. West Florida, Wildcats are 9-2. Well, West Florida, they're a game better than that, Jackie. They're 10-1 on the year. Their only loss is an overtime loss to eventual district champion Wacoa, and Wacoa is over in Jacksonville tonight taking on the Range Vikings. So the winner of tonight's game between West Florida and Baker County here will get the honor of playing the winner of Wacoa and Range, which is happening over in the Graveyard simultaneous to this game. So we'll keep an eye on that game, and that game would be for the regional championship. So we'll keep an eye on it, but for now, we're underway here from Memorial Stadium. A high kickoff going to the left side. The Wildcats are going to return it from the 15. Here we go, across the 20 to the 25. Good return for the Cats, 35-40. This is DeHaven Clark across the 45. DeHaven Clark across midfield and into West Florida territory. And the Wildcats are going to start with great field position on a return that probably went for about 150 yards as he zigzagged across the field.
And I'm going to tell you what West Florida didn't count on. They were trying to keep the ball away from the speedsters, J-Mod Ruiz and Cam Smith back there. They forgot about DeHaven Clark, and he takes that return all the way into West Florida territory, and they want to show them right now that we got playmakers out here too.
Well, and the Wildcats had, won the toss before the game, elected to receive the kickoff. So the Wildcats wanted the football and see if we can go make a statement early on. These two teams averaging about 33 points a game. West Florida a little less than that at 31, but my goodness, these two offenses know how to score points. But one of the things that you'll point out as we go along, Jackie, the defenses for both of these teams might be even better, and we see that on the first play of the game.
Yeah, first play, just nothing doing, kind of the bread and butter play we start every game with. Jamari and Baker, just a little read option that time and couldn't get going and loses 2 yards.
Second down, 12 now. Yeah, Baker was hitting the backfield that time and lost yardage, but the Cats with good field position here. From the 43 of West Florida, we'll throw one. Cam Smith got a catch at the 40. Cam Smith, 35. Cam Smith inside the 30, still on his feet, all the way down to the 22-yard line. What a nice play, a 21-yard gain, and the Wildcats get a first down.
Hey, if you want to think we're just going to run inside the tackles, we got speedsters on the outside, and that time Cam Smith just gets it. J-Mod Ruiz, Makai Mosley throwing great blocks down the field.
10-1, West Florida, the Jaguars from West Florida. 9-2, the Wildcats from Baker County. Cam Smith gets it on the jet sweep. He's inside the 20. Trying to turn upfield. He's going to get pulled down and a flag down on the play. And every time we ran outside the receivers last week, we got holding calls on the outside. Let's see if this is on the tackle or if it's going to be a holding call. What'd you see, Jack?
I didn't see holding. I saw the receiver let him go, but looking like something towards the face mask area here.
Yeah, it could be on the tackle as he pulled down. Yeah, it's going to be a face mask against West Florida. Cam Smith got outside. He got to around the 18-yard line, so it would have been a gain of 5 on the play. You take the penalty yards from there, and the Wildcats now are going to be inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. So first and goal from the 9-yard line on our first possession. 10:50 to go in the first quarter, just underway. Noah Ray takes it, gives to Jamarian Baker. Baker fights his way inside the 5. Baker still on his feet, and the Wildcats have gone into the end zone on the first possession of the game. Jamarian Baker easily scores from 9 yards out, and that's a 9-yard touchdown run for this Wildcat football team. Last week, Jackie, it took us about 55 seconds. Tonight, a little longer, 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. We got to talk to Coach Mays about that. We got to score faster than Jamarian Baker, though, from 9 yards out. What a powerful run that time. Larry Perkins would have told him, just come on, Jamarian.
Just come on. We get a flag on the extra point, but Blake Mays gets to kick it anyway. It's a good thing we got a flag because Blake would have pushed that one to the right side, Jackie. He just kind of missed that one off the right side of his foot, but offsides on West Florida, we'll get to kick it again.
It's kind of like talking in your backswing. You know, they blew the whistle as he was getting in his back kick. So,
yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a mental game. The golf game, kickers are a lot like golfers. You know, the technique is very similar. You want to get some good, follow through, and now we get another flag. My goodness, what in the world? This time it's a false start against the Cats. So you had an offsides on West Florida, then it's a false start going the other way.
Let's do it all again.
Well, the problem is against the offense, you actually mark the yardage off. Against the defense, it's only half the distance. West Florida trying to get a jump on this snap. Noah Ray gets it down and a flag down. Third time in a row that we've snapped it back, and the second time that Blake Mays has actually kicked it. This time he kicked it good through the uprights, but they never marked off the penalty, and I was wondering why.
I mean, if we keep on, it's liable to be a 57-yard PAT attempt here.
Well, that's 3 times they've lined it up, and 3 times we've gotten a whistle. Now we're waiting on a ball.
We kicked 2 balls out in the yard over there. Haven't been returned.
Are you telling me we've only got 2 footballs here for this game?
No, but I will tell you this: they tried to get us for Deflategate before the game. They made us pump a couple game balls up.
Well, that's what happens when you ask for a different crew. You always you never know what you're going to get. We just didn't want to get what we got last week.
Yeah, never again.
They back it up 5 yards. The Cats will kick again. Noah Ray gets the snap down. The kick is on the way, and Blake Mays has drilled it down the middle. And this time, no flags on the field. It'll be 7-0 Wildcats after the first touchdown. So 10:41 to go here in the first quarter. The Cats on top 7-0. A good opening drive for this Cat team, but it was aided by the fact that DeHaven Clark returned the opening kickoff all the way back to the 45 of West Florida. This West Florida team, some of you folks that are listening in tonight may remember back in 2017 in the sectional final, which would be the state semifinal game, the Final Four in Class 5A that year, West Florida, the Jaguars hosted the Wildcats that week. And Josh Haygood had a night, and this Wildcat football team went on to win that night 48-28, Jackie, and that earned the Wildcats our very first trip to the state championship game. That was the team, West Florida, this team we're playing tonight, and that was exactly 5 years ago, Jackie, or almost 5 years ago, or something like that, 4 years ago, 5, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, sure.
It was not that long ago.
Nah.
And we went to the state championship game and played American Heritage, and you know the rest of that history. But that was our first ever trip to the state championship game. It happened against this group. And so the one thought that I have is, since they have to come over here and see us, maybe, just maybe, playing them will give us another opportunity to make a deep run in the playoffs here.
I like it. I mean, I tell you, we went over there again. I mean, that really is legit 5-hour drive over in Pensacola.
No doubt.
And we went over there and played really good football that night. We're able to come away with a victory, so that was a decent ride back home. At least you won. But so for West Florida to have to make the drive, I was greatly appreciative of that.
The Jaguars return their kickoff to the 30-yard line, and that's where they're going to start. So keep an eye on number 13. You mentioned him earlier. That is Markel Redding. He's a junior quarterback. He's 6 foot 180. He's going to start with 2 receivers right and 2 to the left. Redding calls for the ball, and they're just going to run it straight up the middle. And I see Tressler and some other Wildcats in there along the front line, and they're going to stop that play. Avery Spurlock there, number 34. It'll be a short gain, if any.
A host of Wildcats that time, Mike. The only one that couldn't get there was Haven Clark, and that's because he's 15 yards deep from a safety position. But those guys had their ears pinned back, nothing doing there on first down.
Redding, the quarterback, he's running to the sideline to get the play. Now he's going to come back. He's got 1 back in the backfield with him, 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Second down, call it 10. Redding takes the snap, going to fire one to the right side. A catch is made right here along the near sideline, but a very short gain. He gets it out here to Brock Zarek, the wide receiver. He's a senior, and he gets a 6-yard gain.
They had number 10 there, another guy to look for in this Jaguar offense. So they start out similar to Baker County, try to run one up the middle just to see what's going to happen, and then throw one to the outside. So similar game plan coming in for West Florida.
Redding again, third down play now. Third down and call it 4. Redding looks to the sideline. Hard count. They try to get the Wildcats to jump off sides. That doesn't happen. 9:20 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Wildcat lead early on. Redding in the gun. Calls for the ball. Looks to throw. Straight drop. Fires one deep down the middle, and nobody's there. Redding got rid of that, and he was looking down the field, and the receiver had cut the route off short, so nobody home, and the Cats are going to force a 3-and-out here.
They had nothing doing that time. Redding, you called it. I don't know if the receiver, if that was an option route there, but they were not on the same page as he throws it just to the middle of the field, and the Wildcat defense stands on that opening West Florida drive.
Let's be honest, Jackie. If the receiver had run the route, he would have had to run like a 3.740 to have caught up with that ball. I mean, Redding unleashed it. Punt comes from the 25 for West Florida. It's going to come down to the Wildcat 30 and take a West Florida roll out of bounds right here around the 28-yard line. So Wildcats will take it from there, from the 28. Let's take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the FHSAA Region Semifinal here on WFBB 97.5.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
We welcome you back here. 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wildcats on first down picked up about 4 yards behind Cam Smith, and now on second down, Jamarian Baker running the football ahead to the 37-yard line. West Florida felt like the ball came out early, but the officials had already blown the whistle. We get it out to the 37, and it's going to be about a yard short of the first down here. Wildcats need to get across the 38 on 3rd and 1. 8:08 to go here in the opening quarter. Baker's going to be stuffed and not get the first down. Wildcats tried to go fast and just run the football straight ahead, and we're not going to get to the 38-yard line.
Nah, I felt like in that situation, maybe try the hard count. We've done that all season long, and it's worked very effectively. But
well, now this is danger territory for the Cats. It's 4th down play, 4th down and a half yard. And on that 3rd down play, we just lined up quickly to run with it like it was going to be no big deal, and now the Cats are going to call a timeout. So we kind of forced ourselves into an awkward position there, Jackie, by the way we ran those plays. I like what you said there on 3rd down. Why not hard count? Take a little time, get the defense off balance, But either way, you're facing a fourth down and half a yard here, Jackie. What do? Do you go ahead and go for it here? This is tough field position.
Yeah, the only other thing I would have liked to have seen is, okay, we didn't go to the hard count third down, but if you were going to use a timeout there, maybe go ahead and try it right there on fourth down, give it one shot on the freeze, and if it doesn't work, then we'll call the timeout and come over and reassess the situation.
Well, and you can still try the hard count coming out of the timeout, but that you just have to know that once they don't bite, you have to move to your standard set here. But I like the opportunity to go for it. I hate to turn around and give it back to them on a 3-and-out here after that sequence of play calls. So you like to get your offense some confidence, right?
Yeah. And there's something, I don't know if Coach Mays was wanting a measurement. Yeah, they're going to measure now.
Well, he's not. I mean, he's not going to have it. But we started at the 28, so clearly they've got to get to the 38 for a first down. So I don't know what the measurement's for. I mean, it's half a yard, which is what we all could see from here. What do you need the measurement for?
He's the sideline vantage. He couldn't see,
and he's gonna punt it. I didn't want to see that. They come out of the timeout. Maybe he just asked for the measurement to not get charged the timeout, Jackie.
I don't know if that worked or not.
I don't know either, but maybe.
Could have been it.
Coach Mays electing not to go for it here on a fourth down and half a yard, so the Cats send Jamil Jones out to punt the football away. Wildcats from the 37-yard line. Only need a half yard here. Going to punt it away. Jones with a low line drive punt, and it's going to take a West Florida roll back the other way. We should have went for it. Down it at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, not his best effort, but I'm not going to talk bad about Jamil Jones because that dude has boomed some this year. And leading maybe leading the area in interceptions, and then goes back there and punts. But just a little confusion there that time on the offense. Wasn't sure what we were trying to accomplish there on third and fourth down. But nonetheless, we're going to put this Wildcat defense back out on the field and hope to come up with another stop.
Yeah, I wasn't faulting the punt there for Jamil. No, he's done a fine job. I was faulting the indecision. I think we should have went for it.
Yeah.
Jackie. Nothing against Coach Mays. He's the coach. First down and 10. Here we go. Redding, the quarterback, from the 40-yard line, going to hand it off inside. This time the running back bounces outside, and he's going to get all the way near midfield for about an 8-yard gain. And flags come in after the play, so not only is they going to pick up 8 yards here, probably going to pick up another 15 as Wyatt Casey, the sophomore running back, running hard. An 8-yard gain plus it looks like penalty.
Yeah, if this is on the Wildcats, then yeah, we should have went for it. I'm going to change my tune.
I'm just going to tell you, I think we should have went for it to begin with.
Yeah. Momentum was the only thing I was scared of right there, giving up the stop. It wasn't the yardage necessarily, but early on in the game, if they stop you on fourth down, that's a big momentum swing for them after you've gone down and scored and stopped them on their opening drive.
But think about statements in a football game. You have a chance with a half yard to go. You have a chance to establish we're the physical team here, and we're going to pound it, and
I'm with you.
We'll see. I'm with you. 15-yard penalty against the Cats takes the ball down to where we were just a moment ago, the 37-yard line. And now Casey going to run it again, and Casey gets inside to the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 yards on first down there. So West Florida now, after the Wildcat 3-and-out, West Florida coming back. Second down and 7 upcoming. 7 minutes in the opening quarter here to go, and the Wildcats on top 7-0 here in a state region semifinal game, second round of the playoffs, Class 5A. West Florida, the Jaguars from Pensacola, Florida, over here in McClenny, Florida, to take on the Wildcats of Baker County. Two really good football teams going at it here. Casey going to get the handoff again, going straight up ahead. He just lowers his head, looking for the contact, and the Wildcats finally tackling him downfield, but he picks up another 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, something we're not used to seeing. He's not really hitting the hole with a lot of burst of speed there. He's just lowering his shoulder and waiting to run over somebody. And normally the Wildcats are shoving that backwards for a yard or two. Casey able to find some room here, but is going to bring up third down.
Third down, let's call it a long 2 for West Florida. They need to get it inside the 28 of the Wildcats for a first down. Redding, the quarterback, calls for it. They're going to throw the football. They throw it the wrong way. The receiver went inside. The quarterback threw it outside, and that's twice tonight, Jackie. They've been off the mark in terms of the receiver goes one way, the running back goes the other. Now, if I'm Coach Mays, I almost want to call that an intentional grounding. He just threw that way out of bounds.
You're exactly right. On the one he threw earlier in the game, I almost said the same thing. What constitutes intentional ground? There's not a receiver in the area. So, no, you're exactly right. Now, West Florida, they're going to have they lined up in a heavy set there. Everybody just knew it was going to be a run with Casey up the middle, one-on-one coverage out there, and I like the Wildcats' chances with Carlos Jefferson and Jamil Jones in coverage. But big fourth down coming here.
Fourth down, call it 2, but it's really close to 3. They need to get the ball well inside the 28-yard line. The ball is nestled right inside the 30, so it's close to the 3 yards they need, but they're going to go for it. They're lined up to go for it. They send 2 receivers out here. Tough spot in high school for a field goal, especially with the wind the way it's blowing tonight. The wind is, we've got a heavy wind tonight, but from where the ball is right here, it would be about a 46-yard field goal.
Watch the football here, boys.
Yeah, you got to watch the hard count for sure because Redding has already shown that he likes to run a little hard count, so we don't want to come off sides. They're going to run it straight ahead with Redding, and Redding's easily got the first down. They just ran a quarterback keeper straight up the middle of the field, and Redding's going to pick up 4 yards and get the first down.
Oh, man, that's disappointing. That's disheartening as it basically went to the heart of this Wildcat defense. Needed a long 2 yards and picked up 4.
4 plays on this drive, Jackie. They've run right into the heart of this defense, and they're picking up yards and picking up first down. Something that we're not used to seeing.
No, not at all.
5:47 and counting here in the first quarter, the opening quarter. The Wildcats scored on our opening possession. Jamarian Baker, a 9-yard touchdown run on our first possession. Blake Mays the extra point to make it 7-0. Redding from the 25. They're going to throw. He's under pressure, and the Wildcats strip the sack. Bryce Kazmierzak had it, and now he's going to fall back on it, and the Wildcats have forced a turnover. Kaz got back there, Jackie. He was thinking touchdown. He went to pick it up, and he was going to run it. Well, he left the football on the ground.
Big fella, I ain't mad at you. You're rumbling and tumbling down there. That's a huge hit on the quarterback to break that ball up. Great job by Kaz. He comes off that edge so well in those passing downs. And go for it, big guy. Pick it up. Rumble it down the field. But make sure you get it next time.
I'll remind you, Jackie, we've talked about Kaz all year long, number 45. He's just a sophomore on this football team.
Goodness.
Plays like a senior, let me tell you. He came back there, got the strip on the quarterback who took a 4-step drop, looking to throw the ball down the field. Wildcats get the first turnover of the game. We're going to throw one. We've got it out here to J-Mod. J-Mod's got it across the 40. He's going to get hit at the 42, but not before he picks up 6 yards.
6 yards on first down, and that's right where we want to be. Normally, we get Jamarian Baker going up the middle. Jaguars done a good job stopping that, so we're trying to get it to the outsides to the speedsters.
Watch it to the other side. J-Mod switches sides of the field here. 3 receivers set for the Cats. Nope, we're going to run it straight ahead. Cam Smith's got it. And this time they bottle up the hole again pretty good. Listen, I know the coaches know what they're doing, Jackie, but I would have liked to have seen us go back to that play to J-Mod to the other side and see if we could spring him. He almost sprung it on the first play. Third down, a long 4 here for the Wildcats from the 43-yard line. 3 receivers set to the right side. Got Mosley, Cam Smith, and J-Mod Ruiz all here in the triangle formation. Jamarian Baker in the backfield. 4:26 to go in the quarter. Noah Ray is going to keep it. He looked to run the option to the left side, and Jamarian Baker was going that way, and Noah Ray only is going to get 2 yards here, and it'll be 4th down again.
And West Florida did a great job that time. They defended that option play very well. You were hoping for a 2-on-1 out there with Jamarian Baker and Noah Ray, but 2 defenders for West Florida. 1 covered Ray and 1 covered Jamarian Baker, and nowhere to go with the football.
West Florida going to drop 2 guys back in punt covers. The Wildcats are going to fake it. Jamarian Baker's got it, and he's got it easy. Across midfield to the 40 and inside to the 35-yard line. They just snapped it to the up man, Jamarian Baker, and I thought we might have faked it on the first one when we only needed a half a yard. This time we fake it needing 2 yards, and the Wildcats easily get it on a 23-yard gain.
Oh, my goodness, what a gutsy call right here in the first quarter of the ball game. Wildcats up 7-0, and Coach Mays electing for the fake punt, and Jamarian Baker picks up big yardage.
First down, Cats inside West Florida territory, second time tonight. Noah Ray, pump fake at the line of scrimmage. Now he comes back to Mosley. Mosley's got a catch. Mosley's going to fight his way down to the 33-yard line. Only a couple of yards on the play, but we were looking to spring something there. We might come back to that. The pump fake, and Jamar Ruiz looked like he drew coverage down the field, but he's fast.
Yeah, that's a great read by Noah. Don't force anything right there. Mekhi Mosley took one false step the wrong way, I think, but picks up positive yardage on first down.
Second down and 8. The Wildcats run with Baker up the middle, and Baker's going to be pushed back. Looked like he had a little crease to start with, but that defense for West Florida proves why they've been tough all year long. And they only give up 1 yard down to the 32.
Yeah, right now the offensive line just having their work cut out for them in the trenches right now. West Florida giving them everything they want.
Third down play, third down and 7. Noah Ray, straight drop, just a two-step drop. He fires across the middle, a little bit behind Jamar Ruiz. And Jamar, you were pointing at Cam Smith down the right sideline. He might have been open, but an incompletion here is going to force the Wildcats into a field goal opportunity. Jackie,
he's going to punt it. He's going to try to pin him deep right here.
I was going to say it would have been about a 49-yarder, and Jamil Jones comes back out to punt it deep inside West Florida territory at the 42. It's fourth down and 7. Jamil will punt this one. Let's see if the Wildcats can down it. It'll take a Wildcat roll down to around the 12-yard line. So not a terrible job. Not a terrible job. We down them in there, but we'd like to see us keep that going with good field position.
Yeah, the only disappointing thing there is you just used your fake punt. You know, you're normally only good for one of those a game, and we used it right there, so you normally would love to go down and score after you showed your hand on that. So 2:30 left in the first quarter. Wildcats up 7-0. And now the fake punt's out of the bag.
Wildcats scored on our opening possession. On the next two possessions, we've been stopped and had to punt the football away. West Florida, this is their third possession of the night. We've stopped them the first time, 3 and out. The second time, they had a good drive going, and we got a turnover against them. So now, first down, and Redding's going to hand it off straight ahead. This time, Camilo Rollins comes up and fills the hole, and they're going to pick up about 2.5 out to the 15.
And that's more of what we're accustomed to that time, Camilo Rollins. And if they watch any film on that guy, Mike, they know that they better put a hand on him. Camilo Rollins all over the field. That time stuffs West Florida's running attack. Only pick up 2 yards. So Camilo Rollins says, I've had enough. Not taking it anymore.
15-yard line, a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8. Redding in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Redding calls for it. He fakes it at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be picked off. Carlos Jefferson's got the pick, and he's bringing it back. Carlos Jefferson's going to take it to the house. A 22-yard interception return for a touchdown, and that's a huge play. They tried to pass it to the left side, a little quick hitter to the receiver. It bounced off his hands up into the air, and the Wildcats are going to return it for a touchdown. A flag comes down after the play, but the touchdown's going to count. I think this is going to be a 15-yarder against somebody after the play was over.
I hope it's not on the Wildcats, but nonetheless, what a play by Carlos Jefferson. Just a little tip drill there right off the hands of the West Florida receiver, and Carlos Jefferson says, thank you, Merry Christmas, I'll take this the other way.
Yeah, and he did a good job. Once he got the ball, he kind of looked around to see where he was, and Jefferson went inside back toward the middle of the field, and then he saw the outside was open to the sideline, and he got to the sideline and took it to the house. The only guy that had a chance was the quarterback, and Jefferson ran right by him. After the play, the touchdown is good. After the play, you're going to get a dead ball unsportsmanlike against the Wildcats. They're going to mark that on the kickoff, so the extra point will come back to the same spot. But the Wildcats, a huge turnover here. 2 turnovers now for this Wildcat defense in the first quarter of this game.
And that one he turned into points themselves.
The placement is down, and Blake Mays has kicked the extra point, no good, pulled it left. and the Wildcats will take a 13-0 lead. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the 2021 FHSAA Region Semifinal here on WFBB 97.5.
Have you ever thought about cleaning out your garage or wonder what you need to do with all those aluminum cans or scrap metal you've got laying around in the backyard? Well, look no further. You just need to load it up and head to American Recycling. Tim Hughes owns and operates American Recycling on Woodlawn Road in McClenny, Florida. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on the second and fourth Saturdays of every month from 9 a.m. to noon. Stop by and see Tim and maybe even cash in on that stuff you've got laying around. Tim and American Recycling say, go Wildcat.
Wildcats are going to back up on the kickoff all the way back to the 25-yard line. Not sure who the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was on, but I tell you what, you can't get more than that, and you can't get two in a game, because if you get two in the game, you're going to be kicked out of that game, and if you get kicked out in the second half of the game, you're no good for the next game. So Wildcats are going to kick one off here, going to roll back to the 25-yard line. Let's see if the coverage team can stop them here, and we do. We're going to stop him right back around the 36. So the penalty doesn't hurt the Wildcats too bad. West Florida is going to start off back here at the 30, but another flag flies in after the play. Was that on the Cats as well?
That's what he's going to call, and that's a terrible call. My goodness. He's falling to the ground, Mike. When the whistle's blowing, you can't stop at that point.
Well, I got to tell you, Jackie, the one area that the Wildcats have been hurt on is, these after the play's over, either a personal foul or an unsportsmanlike conduct here or there. Last week, Jackie, you have to recall last week, I know that we didn't like some of the calls in that game, but the Wildcats had well over 200 yards in penalties last week, and you don't want to fall into that trap here, and you give them great field position at midfield.
That's two very costly penalties so far tonight, Mike, in the 15-yard category.
Yeah, you give them the ball all the way up to midfield here after the long kickoff and a flag after the play. First down for West Florida. They fire one out. The receiver makes a catch right here at midfield. He's going to get away from the guys and run down the sideline, and he's inside the 35-yard line. He had three Wildcats all over him, and he breaks the tackles and gets inside the 35-yard line on a first down reception that time. That was number 3, Colin Betty's on the catch.
Man, that's a frustrating one. If you coach Brock Kennedy, your defense got him surrounded. It looks like it's going to be a 3-4 yard gain on first down, and he's able to elude 3 defenders.
17-yard gain. First down play now. Redding, the quarterback, looks to the sideline. Under a minute to go in the first quarter on this play. Wildcats 13, West Florida nothing, just underway here in the first quarter. Redding, 3-step drop, looks to the end zone, fires one deep down there, and the Wildcats have great coverage. A good job by the Cats. That was Ronnie Ellis back there in coverage and had a chance for another interception.
Man, I thought Ronnie Ellis was going to get his hands on that one, Mike. Great position. Redding just threw it up down the middle of the field, and kind of been a weakness of this Wildcat defense down the middle of the field, but Ronnie Ellis stride for stride and had a chance at another Wildcat turnover.
13-0, Wildcats lead here, 52 seconds to go in the first quarter. West Florida, though, on the Wildcat 33-yard line, they face a second down and 10. Casey, the running back in the backfield, and they go way too fast here, and you're going to get 5 yards against West Florida. 2 guys on the right side of the line left before the ball was snapped.
It's that Wildcat band, man. They feel like you're in the Coliseum.
They mark it back to the 38-yard line, so it'll be second down and 15 now. An incompletion on first down could have been an interception. Now you've got second down 15. They're going to run 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right in front of us here along the Wildcat sideline from the 38-yard line. Casey in the backfield, the running back. Redding takes a 3-step drop, fires it quickly, and he's got a catch made. Same guy that caught it a moment ago. He's going to dance out of bounds over here around the 28-yard line. That was Colin Betty's on his second catch of the night. That gets them down to the 28, and they're going to need about 6 on third down.
And you remember Ed White, they're just taking a little play out of their playbook. They're just little short hitters, quick hitters out there. And I'll tell you what happened to Ed White. Eventually, Carlos Jefferson had enough of that, and he picked off one himself.
Big play coming up here, third down and 6 from the 28-yard line. Redding in the shotgun. Wildcats come across, and we're going to get a flag on the Cats. As the Cats came across the line of scrimmage, that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and that's going to move it down toward the 25, maybe the 24. It might not quite be enough for a first down, but they are going to say it is. Actually, it's right on the stick, so they're just going to go ahead and move the chains.
That's a hurtful one there, Mike.
Well, you had them in 2nd and 15. So after the pass completion and then the penalty, you give them a first down. So first down and 10 now from the 28. They're going to fire one right side and an incompletion that time. He had to go up. The receiver had to go up high to catch that one. If you're the receiver, you want to see that ball down around your waist and catch it there. That ball was high, incomplete.
I can tell you don't want to come off your feet against this Wildcat defense, and that's exactly what he thought. As soon as his feet left the air, he completely forgot what his job was and just let that one drop to the turf.
Second down and 10, might be the last play of the first quarter, 11 seconds on the clock. Redding in the shotgun. He's sitting 2 receivers to the right, 1 back in the backfield. They're going to run the football with Casey, and Casey's tripped up at the line and pushed back right there. Might have gotten ahead to the 22-yard line, a gain of maybe 1 on the play. It'll be third down and 9, but that's the last play of the first quarter. Let's send it back here for a timeout. Wildcats take a 13-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. You're listening to the 2021 FHSAA Football Region Semifinal right here on 97.5 WFBB.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
And we welcome you back here. We welcome you back here on WFBB, the Wildcats of Baker County, taking on the West Florida Jaguars. The Wildcats with a 13-0 lead after 1 quarter of play, and now West Florida is going to face a third down, and we'll call it 9. They had an incompletion on first down. They ran the ball for 1 yard on second down, and now you're going to face a third down and 9 from the Wildcat 21. Now, Jackie, normally I get a chance to watch the opposing team's kicker tonight. I didn't see the kicker before the game, so from here you're looking at a 38-yard field goal, so I don't know if you're in 4-down territory or maybe field goal.
He's got the leg. I watched him a little bit during the pregame, and he's got the leg to kick this.
A lot of wind out there tonight that might factor into a decision. Third down play, they're going to fire one along the near sideline, and that ball is airmailed. Wildcats had great coverage with 2 guys over here, DeHaven Clark along with Carlos Jefferson, so that ball's incomplete. So now you'll have that decision. It would be a 39-yard field goal from here. That wind, though, Jackie, might be playing into the decision here, and it will be 4th down. They'll probably go for it.
The wind, and I tell you, this temperature's dropped, Mike, and you talk about, we saw it on the PAT after the second touchdown, hands may be getting a little cold there, can't quite grip the football like you'd want to.
Well, they're taking a long time. They're going to end up probably having to call a timeout here. 11:55 to go, just underway in the second quarter here. Cats 13, West Florida nothing. 3 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry, and now they'll have to call a timeout. They took too long. I mean, you take that long trying to discuss the play call you're going to run, and you're going to end up with a timeout, and that's what just happened. So, Jackie, let's catch our breath here and kind of reset what's happened. The Wildcats took the opening kickoff of tonight's game to Haven Clark, had a monster kickoff return inside West Florida territory. The Wildcats turned that into points as Jamarian Baker ran a 9-yard touchdown run. Then the teams kind of traded punches there for a minute. They stopped us a couple of times. We turned them over, but then we were unable to convert. And then, lo and behold, toward the end of the first quarter, we get an interception return from Carlos Jefferson. Intercepted one, 22 yards, and went to the house on a pick-six play for Carlos Jefferson to make it a 13-0 game, and that's where we stand.
Yeah, and that's one of those plays you'll hear at every level of football, Mike. You don't anticipate those things happening. So that's a huge plus for the Baker County Wildcat team for Carlos Jefferson to take that interception back for a touchdown.
Wildcats got 2 turnovers in the first quarter, one on a fumble recovery by number 45, Kaz, and then Jefferson with the 22-yard interception return. Fourth down play, they're going to run a pass across the middle, and the Wildcats drill the receiver right around the 10, but he stays with it, makes the catch, and they're going to be right at the 12-yard line, and they're going to get a first down.
Oh, my goodness. That's disappointing because he picked up the first down. But I can assure you this, he ran a slant across the middle. He will not run that route again tonight because Camilo Rollins just obliterated the receiver on that play.
And a good legal hit. I mean, he hit him right in the breadbasket, but, turned a flip on the receiver, but they got the first down. So for West Florida, it was a positive. First down play, they're going to run it up the middle on the Wildcats, and nothing doing there. Cats will shut it down around the 10-yard line, maybe a gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8.
My goodness. Again, very disappointing. You wish he'd have done that at about 8 yards instead of the 9 they needed for the first down.
Well, you feel like with a hit like that, you would have jarred the ball loose, but the receiver did a nice job to maintain the catch for West Florida. So now they sit here at the 10-yard line, 2nd down and 8. They can get a first down at the 2. Redding in the gun, calls for the snap, gives the ball straight up the middle, and the running back trying to fight his way down inside. And he's going to get to the 8-yard line and be stopped right there. And now you got another 3rd down and 6.
Wildcat defense doing a good job on 1st and 2nd down, Mike, and going to bring up another 3rd and long situation here. I would assume at this point West Florida feels comfortable kicking the field goal if we can get a stop here on 3rd down.
Need a stop. Redding goes back to the shotgun here. He's got Casey in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They keep an extra guy in the block. They're going to fire one across the middle, and the Cats had great coverage over there. Jameel Jones on the receiver. He got a hand in there and knocked it away, and it'll be 4th down and 6 from the 8-yard line.
Jameel Jones, we're going to start calling him Blanket because there's just nothing open over there.
Well, they're going to run the field goal team on to attempt one here. This would be from the left hash, the 8-yard line. It's going to be lined up to around the 16. I would call it a 26-yard field goal from the left hash here. They're going to spot it right on the 15, so a 25-yard field goal. West Florida tries to get set here. The Wildcats look like they're going to come after it from the right side. Heavy on this side, and the kick is on the way, and that kick is no problem. Right down the middle. A 25-yard field goal for West Florida puts them on the board, and West Florida now has cut the lead to 13-3.
Yeah, and again, a huge 4th down conversion there. Wildcats would have loved to have that one back, just a slant pass right over the middle. We had good coverage. And then the big hit by Camilo Rollins, but you said it, the wide receiver, great concentration coming down with that because I almost dropped my phone, and he wasn't even hitting me, Mike.
Jackie, if you go back to the 2017 state semifinal that we played over at West Florida, you'll remember that game at halftime was a very close ball game, and the Wildcats, very physical, really out-physical West Florida late down the stretch in that ball game, and were able to pull that thing away and win by 20, 48-28. What a great ball game that is. Now, neither one of these teams are the same. All those guys that were on that 2017 team for either side are gone, but both teams still playing very physical football, and you see that playing out here tonight. High kickoff going to the left sideline. They're going to kick this one out of bounds, so that'll be out of bounds, and the Wildcats will start out with good field position.
Yeah, They tried kicking it short the first go-around and said, well, that didn't work out well for us either. Let's just kick it out of bounds and try our luck on defense.
Wildcats will get the ball on 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Ball went out of bounds over on the left sideline at the 30. But any kick out of bounds, you automatically get the ball there at the 35. 1st down and 10 now, Cats. 10-point lead here in the second quarter of this region semifinal game. The winner of tonight's game, I mentioned before the game, the winner of tonight's game will play the winner of the Wakulla and Raines game in Jacksonville. Wakulla is interesting because they're the only team this year that's beaten this West Florida team. So West Florida is 10-1 on the season. And because they're 10-1 on the season, that only loss that they had was to Wakulla, and Wakulla's over in Jacksonville playing against Raines tonight. We'll have to get a score update on that, Jackie.
Yeah, I think they started actually a little early. Duval County's still starting kickoffs at 6 or 6:30, I believe, Mike. So we should be able to get an update on that one pretty soon.
1st down and 10, Cats from the 35-yard line. We'll send 2 receivers to the right. Now we send a man in motion. That's J-Mod Ruiz, and the Wildcats will run one up the middle. And this West Florida defense not allowing much, and maybe a yard on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, I tell you what, West Florida, they've definitely watched film on this Baker County team, because as much as we've been able to run successfully inside the tackles, just nothing doing so far.
Noah Ray checks out. Jackie Davion Dean checks in, the freshman quarterback for the Wildcats on 2nd and 9. Dean going to hand one. No, Dean going to keep it himself, and Dean faked it, and now a fumble on the play, and the Wildcats are going to have to scramble back to get it. Dean comes back to get his own fumble, but a mad dash on that one, and we might be rethinking that play call.
Yeah, Wildcats catch a huge break that time as West Florida pulled a Cavs on us and tried to run with the football before they had it. And, man, what a break for the Wildcats to get the ball back.
But after all that, it's going to be 3rd down and about 18. Noah Ray, straight drop, just a 3-step drop, fires one over here on the sideline to Cam Smith, and it's going to be out of bounds, incomplete. So the Cat offensive possession this time, no good, and the Wildcats now facing a little bit of momentum, shifting over to the West Florida sideline as they stop the Wildcats here on 3 and out, almost got a turnover, and they're going to get good field position after this punt.
Yeah, Wildcats thought they had something. They brought Davion Dean into the game. Thought the quarterback run was there and avoided catastrophe.
Jamil Jones, a low-line drive, going to be fielded right there at the 40-yard line. And the Wildcats get a great tackle from the Haven Clark who got down there. But that low-line drive kick is scary because the return man's got a lot of time to return it, but he actually loses a yard here, and they'll take it 1st and 10 from the 40. And now, Jackie, you want to avoid your defense on the field here. You just gave up a field goal, a 13-3 ball game now. You want to avoid West Florida gaining some momentum. But their defense has done a nice job in spots here in this first part of the ball game.
Yeah, they found a little something there again, and just that quick passing game. So this Wildcat secondary going to have to tighten up. The middle of that defense been hit hard.
Redding in the West Florida offense. Here they go. 1st down. They're going to run a jet sweep to the left side. Orlando Holland was all over it, but the runner got away from him, and he gets out of bounds. A couple-yard gain on the play. That was Andre Coleman on the jet sweep that came around. I thought Orlando Holland might get him in the backfield, but he's going to pick up 2 positive yards to make it 2nd and 8.
Oh, man, Orlando Holland almost had him for about a 5-yard loss, it looked like. Just couldn't quite get the grasp on that jersey to pull him down from behind, but good pursuit that time by Holland.
2nd down and 8, 8:51 to go in the first half of this ball game. Wildcats 13, West Florida 3. 2nd down play. Redding going to fire one left side. It's going to be incomplete. He's just looking for a quick hitter to the receiver over there on that sideline, and that pass, Jackie, looked like not a good one. I'll just say that.
Like he was giving his shortstop some field work there.
He just skipped it over there. 3rd down and 8 now. Good chance for the Wildcat defense to make a stop. 3rd down and 8. Redding in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right side. Takes the snap, rolls to his right. Orlando Holland just breaks it, a jailbreak for Orlando Holland, and he gets back there and sacks Redding in the backfield. It'll be 4th down.
My goodness, Orlando Holland. He almost stopped because he's like, hey, I'm normally getting double teamed. Why is nobody blocking me right here? And makes Redding pay. My goodness, what a play by Orlando Holland.
Well, the punter's getting some work here tonight. These defenses doing a nice job. The Wildcat defense that time gives us a chance to return one. Cam Smith stands back at our 35-yard line. Punter, a low kick here. Everybody retreats from it, but it's going to take a good West Florida roll. You'd like to see us come up a little bit maybe and try to return one, but that one's going to roll down to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line, the 27 is where they're going to put it down. So the Cats now with 8:02 to go in the half. We need to get a little bit of drive going, Jackie, and run some clock here.
I just like us to get something going, period, right here, Mike. Offense has been stymied a little bit by the West Florida defense, so to be able to come out here and you talked about it early on, maybe try to regain the line of scrimmage.
Noah Ray takes the snap, going to give one to Cam Smith running around the left end, and Cam Smith fights his way out across the 31-yard line. Going to pick up close to 4 yards on 1st down.
And that's a tough 4 yards, I'm telling you. That's falling forward, finding a little crease there. Tough sledding for Cam Smith and Jamarian Baker tonight.
J-Mod Ruiz and Cam Smith go to the right side of the formation now. 3 receivers on that side on 2nd down and 6. Noah Ray calls for it, looks that way, and fires one, almost picked off. Had a linebacker kind of sneaking into the gap that time, and the Wildcats trying to throw a quick hitter over to the right side. And luckily, we're going to get another play here, 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, and that time it looked like, I'm not sure if there was confusion out there at the wide receivers, too. We had a couple guys running the same exact route, standing beside each other.
3rd down, call it 6. The region semifinal here from Baker County, Florida. These two teams trying to fight their way into the region final, which would be next week. Wildcats 13, West Florida 3 here with 7:27 to go in the first half. Cam Smith goes in motion. Wildcats going to hand one off to Jamarian Baker, and Jamarian Baker is going to get pushed backwards, and the Wildcats are going to be forced into another 4th down and have to punt it away again.
And right now, again, this offensive front for the Wildcats, they are just getting whipped up front by this West Florida defensive front. Nothing doing in the run game. We try 2 runs and a quick pass on that series, and not a whole lot doing.
I got an update from John Meadows back at the church doing some research for us, and that game's in the first half over there at Rains, Jackie, and it must be a good one. It's a 14-14 game over there between Wakulla and Rains, just so you know.
What was the score? I'm sorry.
14-all in the first half, Wakulla and Rains.
Okay.
One of those.
Got a good one going on, huh?
Wildcats back there to punt the ball away again. A flag was down, but they waved the flag off. Not sure what that was, and now Wakulla has called a timeout. So
that West Florida had 12 on the field, 12 men on the field, but they said he called a timeout to negate the penalty.
And I said Wakulla, but West Florida, the team we're playing here. So we'll come out of the timeout. Wildcats will send Jameel Jones back out there to punt one away. West Florida, you know, the Wildcats, we went down and scored on our very first possession of the night, Jackie, but since then our offense not able to get untracked. We do have an interception return from Carlos Jefferson to put some more points on the board, but it's a 13-3 game, and West Florida stands to get the ball back here in decent field position. Jameel Jones going to get his foot into it, and this time a better punt. A good high hanger goes down to the 35 and caught there. The return man for West Florida fights his way out to the 40 and across the 42-yard line. And the Wildcats hope we don't get a hit out of bounds here. But West Florida to the 44-yard line, going to have decent field position with 7 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, I tell you what, putting 2 guys back there's been troublesome for this Wildcat special teams unit. Normally Jameel Jones does a good job of kicking it away, but with 2 return men back there. Can't find any green grass, so let that thing roll.
Jackie, I'm watching West Florida's number 2, Devin Knight. He came across over here, and he was talking some smack to the Wildcats, and Ronnie Ellis said something to him that caught his attention. He came back. He stopped dead in his tracks and came back to see what Ronnie Ellis had said to him, and whatever Ronnie said, he must have said, "You heard me," because Devin Knight ran off the field. First down and 10 from the 47-yard line. West Florida with the ball. They're going to throw one left side and an incompletion there. Only threw it upfield about 2 yards, trying to get a quick hitter to number 3 over there. He's called a couple tonight, Colin Betty's, but this time, you know, it almost looks like, Jackie, they're fearing the hit, you know.
Yeah, they are, but what I think they're setting us up for, too, is you look at number 10, he lines up in the slot, and he's just trying to streak up the hash marks there, up the numbers, and that time we did. We made a good play on the wide receiver, running the little tunnel screen there, but watch for that guy slipping out at the numbers.
Second down 10 after the incompletion. Redding in the shotgun, calls for the snap, throws it left side. This time they've got a catch to number 10, and he wasn't streaking this time, but he does pick up about 9 yards all the way down to the 44 of the Cats, and that's going to set up a third down and short.
Man, good play call that time by West Florida. Wasn't anything to it, Mike, just a little out route by the slot receiver, and he picks up 9 yards.
Inside Wildcat territory to the 44-yard line. West Florida thinking if they could get another score here, they could get back into this ball game, trailing by 10. Snap back to the quarterback. They fake the jet sweep. He's going to fire one down the left sideline, but nobody home there, and you're going to get a late hit on the quarterback here. Late hit on the quarterback. The flag flies in as Redding took a hit there, and they get one of the Wildcats for a personal foul late hit here, and that's going to give them the first down and a lot more.
Oh, goodness. Another 15-yard debacle.
That one hurts because you stop them there on third down, make them think about it on fourth down.
And with the play call, it looked like they were willing to go for it on fourth down as Redding threw one down the sideline on third down. So needing only about a half a yard there, they took a shot.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about it now. First down from the 29-yard line, and they're going to run the football straight ahead. The running back crashes down to the 24, a gain of 5 on first down. And West Florida now feeling a little bit of momentum here. Their defense has been able to stop this Wildcat offense since early in the game. And now they face a second down and 5 inside the Wildcat 25-yard line. (13-3) ball game. West Florida inside the 25, second down and 5. They're content to run the football. This time the running back's going to bounce it outside, and he's going to get stopped, but then he fights forward, and he's going to get the first down yardage inside the 20 to the 19, another 5-yard gain.
Goodness gracious.
Official timeout on the field, and we'll take one with them. Let's take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the 2021 Football Region Semifinal here on WFBB.
Did you know that walking just 10,000 steps a day helps keep you healthy? And it's easy. 20 minutes of grocery shopping is 1,600 steps. Daily housework is 270. Taking a half-hour walk during lunch, around 4,000 steps. You can see how this adds up. 10,000 steps will find you a healthy weight and even reduce your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. Feeling healthier starts with the first step. A message from the Florida Department of Health.
First down and 10 now for West Florida from the Wildcat 20 or from the Wildcat 19-yard line. Redding in the shotgun, takes a snap, running the ball straight ahead is the running back, and he's going to pick his way, fumble on the ground. He was picking his way down toward the 16, but he lost the football along the way, and the Wildcats almost get it, but one of their linemen able to jump on it, but no gain on the play after the fumble. Takes it back to the 19.
Oh, my goodness, Mike. That could have been a huge turnover. Another huge turnover with this Wildcat defense as West Florida threatening deep in Wildcat territory.
Second down and 10 now from the 19-yard line. Redding is in the shotgun. You got two receivers right, one to the left. Redding, straight drop. They're going to throw one out there, and a catch is going to be made right at the sticks. Inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, and they're signaling first down.
That's a good throw, though. There's nothing you can do about that. Redding just threw that before the receiver came out of his break. Just the way they drew it up.
West Florida trying to just steal all the momentum in this football game. They trail by 10, but now they've got a first and goal inside the Wildcat 10-yard line. Redding in the shotgun. He's composed. Redding takes the snap. They're going to run it. Redding's going to fake it to the running back and keep it himself. Camilo Rollins made him pay for that. A yard gain to the 8-yard line, and he's turned away right there. Redding thought he had something around the corner, but Camilo Rollins told him, no, sir.
He made a good move on the defensive end, and then he found out why the middle of the field was wide open. That's where we keep the big dogs, man.
Yeah, Camilo Rollins will make you think about that. Second down and goal from the 8. Redding in the gun. He's got one receiver left, one to the right. They stack extra offensive linemen here on this play with one back in the backfield. Second down, they're going to run the football again straight ahead. And the running back, number 24, is Marquez Jones, and Marquez Jones might have gotten to the 6-yard line. The best case scenario here, Jackie, you just hold them to another field goal opportunity on third and goal.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge. That'd be a win at this point if you can hold them to another field goal, the way they've moved the ball methodically down the field on this Wildcat defense.
Well, they face a third and goal from the 6-yard line with 3:38 to go here in the first half of play. Two receivers to the right side, one to the left, one back in the backfield. That's a bigger back this time. Jones kicks out. Redding going to run it straight ahead. Redding is going to be met by Toby Kinghorn and then Camilo Rollins, and the Wildcats are going to stuff him at the 2. Fourth down now from the 2-yard line, and now West Florida is going to have to think about it.
Yeah, that was just a good effort by Redding. Wildcat defender had got their hands on him early on in that play. That's a little further than I thought, Mike. This is from the 4, and they're going to go for it.
Yeah, he didn't quite get down to the 2. It's kind of in between the 3 and the 4. Fourth down and goal. They're not going to kick the field goal. They're going to go for it. They send two receivers out to the right. Jones is the back. Redding calls for the football. Going to throw one to the left side, and that's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. Wildcats have held. A lot of pushing and shoving over there on that far sideline. No flags. The Wildcats are going to turn them over inside the 5-yard line, and that's where you have to ask West Florida. You could have cut it to a one-touchdown game with a field goal, you know?
Yeah, a lot of momentum, though, this Wildcat offense. They've stymied them in the last couple possessions, Mike, but, man, there was a lot of hand fighting going on that play. It looked like a little rub route, and the Wildcat defenders, what a great job over there by Jamil Jones.
Well, in the shotgun, we're going to be coming from our own end zone here. Noah Ray is going to take it, and the Wildcats are going to get hit right there at the line of scrimmage. We might have gotten it right back to the line, just barely to the 3-yard line. Nothing doing that time. West Florida's defensive line, since that opening drive, has done a nice job limiting the Wildcat rushing attack. They're doing it with a 4-man front. Second down and 10, Cats from the 3-yard line. 2:15 to go here in the first half. Wildcats going to run it again straight ahead, and West Florida again going to stop us after a gain of 1.
I mean, we're used to seeing those plays go for 3, 4, sometimes 6 and 7 yards, Mike, and just nothing doing for Jamarian Baker.
1 yard gain. Third down now. The Cats third down and 9, deep in our own territory. If we put it in the air and it's incomplete, they're going to have some time left in this half after we punt it away. So we're going to have to think about what the play call is going to be as the time runs down here. 1:38 to go and counting, 10 seconds on the play clock. Cats maybe trying to run the clock out here in the end of the first half. Wildcats run the football again, and again, a good push by that West Florida defensive front is going to stop us at the 5, and they're going to turn us over, and they'll use their last timeout to stop the clock right there at 1:19.
Yeah, again, I felt like if that's what we were going to elect to do there, we should have run some more time off on first and second down. West Florida with good opportunity here. Jamil Jones going to be in the shadows of his own goal post.
I mean, we got the ball sitting right there just shy of the 5-yard line. A deep snap's going to put us at the back of the end zone. And, you know, in high school football, if you get a 40-yard punt, you're doing good. So that's going to give them good field position here. So hold on, 1:19 to go. Now, the good news is, Jackie, that's their last time out of the half, so they don't have any timeouts here. But you got a feeling here that you got a feeling here as we get down toward the end of the half, and you start to think about this second half. West Florida's going to get the ball to start the second half of the game tonight, and they've got a little bit of momentum on their side. Their defense feels like they can stop this Wildcat offense, right now.
And I think that's exactly why they went for it on fourth down, Mike. They feel like their defense is winning the battle against this Wildcat offense, and in the last 3 possessions, they're right.
Jones stands deep in our end zone to punt one away. Snap is a good one. Jones has got a punt coming out here. It's going to come down and be caught at the 30, but a good tackle is made right away. As the Wildcats, DeHaven Clark, always solid and on the spot, and he tackles the return man. But, Jackie, I told you a 40-yard punt would be good. That was only a 30-yard punt, and they're going to get field position at the 32.
Yeah, 32-yard line with 1:13 left. Wildcat with a 13-3 lead, but everything kind of has stalled out since that pick 6 by Carlos Jefferson.
Well, I'm going to tell you, in a game where the defenses play so hard, that field position battle is so important. And here in the second quarter of tonight's ball game, West Florida has had the field position. They've had the ball inside Wildcat territory. We stopped them inside the 10 a moment ago. Now they've got the ball starting at the 33. But if we can stop them and hold them to only 3 points in the first half, we'll reset and start this second half. But hold on to your hats here for the last 1:13 of this half. And now, flag on the field, you're going to get the delay of game. Coming out of a timeout after a punt, Jackie, you get a delay of game. That's just not good for West Florida.
Yeah, they weren't lined up correctly. Redding trying to move some receivers around late in the play clock. Wildcats, this is a huge stop, Mike. I mean, West Florida going to get the ball coming out of halftime, like you said.
Yeah, you need to stop here. 1st and 15. Redding calls for the ball. Looks down the field. He's going to overthrow the receiver. He had one man down there, but really no threat as that ball well overthrown. But only 5 seconds off the clock takes it down to 1:08, and it'll be 2nd down and 15 from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Carlos Jefferson slipped a little bit out of the break, but in good coverage. What I wouldn't give for another Carlos Jefferson pick 6 right here.
Well, the defense, the way things are going right now, the defense is going to have to continue to make some big plays down the stretch here. 2nd down, 15. Redding in the gun, rolls to his left side. He fires one underneath there, and Ronnie Ellis had good coverage, and that ball had no chance. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Ronnie Ellis in great coverage. Done a good job all night against those smaller, quicker slot receivers.
Well, I tell you, Jackie, they don't have any timeouts, but on 2 incompletions here to start this possession, West Florida has only run 9 seconds off the clock, so we're still sitting here with 1:04 to go in the half. 3rd down and 15. Now they split 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Casey's the back in the backfield on 3rd and 15. Redding calls for the ball. Quick drop, throws one deep down the sideline, and nothing doing. Carlos Jefferson had great coverage on their receiver, and he just threw that one up. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, Redding had just no time at all, though. He ain't on that ball any longer. He's got Camilo, Rollins, Kaz, Orlando Holland, those guys bearing down on him. And when you got guys like Carlos Jefferson and Jamil Jones out there in coverage, you can send the pressure.
Well, they're going to keep the offense on the field here.
Huh.
Well, they got 4th and 15. If you punt it, there's only 59 seconds on the clock. They like what their defense is doing here, so they're going to go for it. They split 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Redding, straight drop. Now he's going to run. Now he's going to throw it out there, and the catch is made. Jamil Jones trying to bring down the ball carrier. He finally gets him. Oh, they almost got the first down, but Jamil Jones stays with it, makes the tackle.
Man, that was more exciting than I wanted it to be.
And the reason being they needed 15, they got 13. But Jamil Jones looked like the receiver might break a tackle on him, but Jones stays with him, and the Cats take over from the 25-yard line. We've got 49 seconds, and, Jackie, I think we've got all 3 timeouts.
Well, and that's what I was saying. That's the only reason. You kick us deep and pin us inside the 10 there, I think Coach Mays would probably take a knee or 2, however many it would take to get to halftime. Now he may take a shot here.
49 on the clock. Wildcats 13, West Florida 3 as we get down toward the end of the first half. Noah Ray, all kind of time. Plenty of time to throw the football, just looking for somebody to throw it to. He gets it to Mekhi Mosley, and Mekhi Mosley is blasted on the sideline, but he stays with the catch, and that's going to be a first down and about a 12-yard gain.
Man, I would have thought that was targeting. I thought it hit him in the head, but nonetheless, great catch by Mekhi Mosley. First real good offensive play for the Cats in a while. 12-yard gain. First down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Clock stopped at 39 seconds. Straight drop for Noah Ray. He's got J-Mod Ruiz across the middle. Fired it down there inside the 40 to the 39 of West Florida, and now the Cats will call a timeout. But a flag, hold everything, flag down in the area of holding, and that's what you got. That's bad. Jeez. It's the most untimely penalty.
That play, let's just look at yardage here. So that play would have gotten you down to the 39 of West Florida. Like we talked about last week in high school football, you get a spot of the foul call on holding. So they mark it from the 35 all the way back to the 25. So instead of it just being 10 yards and replay the down, it's more like a 15-yard penalty. So now with the clock running, the Cats may just choose to run this thing out. I think they will.
Man.
First down play, the Cats need 25 on first down, and the clock's now down to less than 15 and a half, last play of the half.
Oh.
Well, it won't be the last play of the half because we fire one out here to J-Mod Ruiz, and it's incomplete. So that'll stop the clock with 9 seconds.
Oh, man. That was a disappointing way to end the half. Had a little momentum there with 40 seconds to go, and a costly holding call as the offensive line, Noah Ray, had all day on those 2 plays to throw the football.
And the Wildcats going to run one here on the last play of the half. Jamarian Baker just going to run for his life to the sideline here, and that's going to do it for the end of the half. Jackie, the Wildcats lead at 13-3, but after the way that second quarter went, offensively unable to get much going, so you feel like you need to buckle up here for the second half. 13-3, the Wildcats will take the lead to the locker room. West Florida will get the ball to start the second half. But I got to tell you, Wildcat fans, stick around if you're listening in out there because I think we're in for a big second half here. 13-3 ball game. I tell you, we'll send it back to the station, and when we come back, we'll have our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report brought to you by Baker County Farm Bureau that I just mentioned, Jack Baker and Justin Webb. And, Jackie, if I'm right, Jack Baker's probably got a group of folks listening in to the broadcast up in Illinois on their hunting trip. Am I right?
Absolutely, yeah. That may be the only good thing they got going on is listening to me and you on a Friday night because I hadn't seen the pictures of a buck one, Mike.
So they might be skunked so far. But, Jack, if you guys are listening up there, I know Greg Lyons probably with him. Who else is with him up there?
Yeah, Greg and Clay, and I don't know who all made the trek up there this year, a host of them.
Well, when we come back, we'll have Jack Baker and Justin Webb helping us out with our Farm Bureau halftime report. Right now, it's halftime here in the Class 5A region semifinal from Baker County, Florida, and Baker County has a 13-3 lead. We're going to send it back to the station, and we'll come back and talk about the first half here, what the Wildcats need to do to win in the second half, and we'll talk about some games to watch over the weekend as we do each and every week. So we'll take about a 5-minute timeout. You're listening to the 2021 FHSAA Football Region Semifinal right here on 97.5 WFBB.
You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 FM WFBB. This radio station is a ministry of Glen Baptist Church in Glen, St. Mary, Florida. We're blessed to air Baker County Wildcat Football live each week, and it's our hope that you enjoy the program. We know that life is busy, work, school, football, running errands around, but in the midst of the busyness, we all need a church home that brings the stability upon which you can build your life. If you're looking for a church home where you can grow in Christ and community, we would love to invite you to worship with us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Check us out on our website at glenbaptist.org or on Facebook, where you can access church info and content and even watch worship services. At Glen, you get dynamic music, gospel-centered expository preaching, and a wonderful faith community. Come grow with us.
Hi, this is Larry Berkins of Berkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Berkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Berkins at Berkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BerkinsChevy.com.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Baker Rural Health Clinic in McClenny serves the community with clinical care at a discounted rate. If you're uninsured, income-based payment considerations will be made. If cost stands between you and a healthcare solution, Baker Rural Health Clinic can help. For more information, visit bakerrhc.org. That's bakerrhc.org. Baker Rural Health Clinic. We treat you like family. Walk-ins welcome.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
Stay home. 2 words that everyone's saying these days. At Hometown Home Health, you can receive nursing and therapy services in the comfort of your own home. These services are covered by Medicare as well as most major insurance companies. Hometown Home Health has a true commitment to their community and is the only home health agency located in our hometown. It's your choice, so choose Hometown Home Health. Maddie and Kristen say, go Wildcat. Have you ever thought about cleaning out your garage or wonder what you need to do with all those aluminum cans or scrap metal you've got laying around in the backyard? Well, look no further. You just need to load it up and head to American Recycling. Tim Hughes owns and operates American Recycling on Woodlawn Road in McClenny, Florida. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on the 2nd and 4th Saturdays of every month from 9 a.m. to noon. Stop by and see Tim and maybe even cash in on that stuff you've got laying around. Tim and American Recycling say go Wildcat.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium, downtown McClenny, Florida. Side of tonight's regional semifinal, Wildcats of Baker County, a 9-2 team on the year, team that went undefeated in district play this year, a team that's trying to make its way to another region final here this year in the state 5A playoffs. Right now, so far so good, a 13-3 lead over West Florida in the first half. But if you go back and look at this first half, Jackie, Wildcats have kind of kicked and clawed their way to this lead. They scored on the opening possession, a Jamarian Baker 9-yard touchdown run just a minute into the ball game. Since then, though, it's been tough. West Florida's defensive line doing a good job against the Wildcat offensive line. We did get a big pick six to add some points in that first quarter. Made it a 13-0 lead for a while. West Florida able to get a field goal to make it 13-3. Had a chance later on in the half. They went for it inside the 10-yard line. Might have thought about it. If they had a chance to do that again, they might kick a field goal there to make it a one-score game. But they didn't. They didn't get it. And two defenses kind of going at it right now. And West Florida will get the ball to start this second half. Jackie, give me a couple keys for the Wildcats here to take this win.
Offensive line. I mean, those guys, I know it's hard work, and they've done a great job all season long. It's maybe the best defensive front they've seen yet here in the 2021 season, but those guys got to come out. If we're going to have any success in that running game, we got to get after it, and we got to be able to lean on some guys. They did a great job there in pass protection for Noah. So in pass protection, they've done really well, but have not been able to establish a run like this Wildcat team would want to. Other than that, the defense has played really good, Mike. You talked about it. Pick six by Carlos Jefferson in the first half and leaving them 3 points on the board. I mean, a couple drives they put together there, threatened deep in Wildcat territory, and the Wildcats found a way to get a stop, whether it be turnover on downs, whatever the case may be. So the defense doing what they need to do. We just got to find something on offense.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, you're in a 13-3 game where both defenses really winning at the line of scrimmage. What I believe, Jackie, you're going to need to see from the Wildcats, you're going to need to stop West Florida. They'll get the ball to start the second half, but Wildcats just need to put one good drive together and put some points on the board. You've got a good feeling about this game if the Wildcats can get to 20 or 27 points in this game. I feel like you're in a good spot, but you can't let West Florida come out, make it a 13-10 game at the start of the second half because that'll just give them momentum. So I'd like to see a big stop to start the second half and maybe, like you said, a few adjustments on the offensive side of the ball and see what we can do.
Yeah, and you said it in the pregame. What was the score at halftime when we went to West Florida 4 years ago? It was very close.
I don't remember the exact score, but it was tight.
It was a close ball game. It was nip and tuck all the way into about the end of the third quarter, and the Wildcats found some things on offense and finally broke it open. So, as you know, I said the offensive line needs to do a better job in the second half. Well, they keep leaning on you all game long. Let's see if this West Florida defensive front can keep it up. Because I've seen this Wildcat team take teams late into the ball game and finally just break the will of the defensive fronts of our opponents and be able to pick up chunk yardage like we're used to.
Yeah, I tell you, I don't remember a whole lot about that game other than the final score was 48-28, but I do remember Josh Haygood just having a great second half over there at West Florida. Coach Jamie Rogers getting that win and taking us to the state championship game that year against American Heritage. But new game tonight, second round here in the region semifinal, and let's see if the Wildcats can pull it off. Right now, 13-3, the Cats on top. Jackie, time to do a few shout-outs here. at halftime of this second-round playoff game. I already told you, Jack Baker up there in Illinois. Maybe they'll send you some pictures of some rewards that they've been able to reap up there in Illinois, but so far you got nothing, huh?
Not a peep.
Got a couple of folks listening in tonight across the airwaves. I heard from my cousin Eric. He said he and his wife Heather sitting at home, and they say, "Go Wildcats." And then, Jackie, I'll give a birthday shout-out. My little buddy, I got a friend of mine I've been friends with all my life, Todd Herndon. He listens in each and every Friday night. His son, Aiden. Aiden, if you're listening, we know it's a big birthday for you tomorrow. He'll be 10 years old. So,
man, happy birthday, Aiden.
Yes, sir. Going to send out a big happy birthday wish to my little buddy Aiden Herndon and his dad, Todd, listening in tonight on 97.5 WFBB. So, Jackie, any shout-outs on your end?
I knew earlier my buddy Kirk Tharp was listening in. He was texting me before the game needing to know the radio info. He said he sent the station, and it was the wrong station. I said, "No, Kurt, it's this one." He said, "Well, no wonder I couldn't hear you last week." So we hope he found the right station, Brother Kurt.
Kurt, if you're listening, you got to lock it in. Just lock it in and keep your radio right there on 97.5. Keep it there all during the week. You know, you can listen to that station all week long. Jackie, I've been looking around tomorrow. It's kind of a ho-hum day if you look at college football. I don't even want to talk about Florida in that situation, but I probably will before this half's over. But I will tell you this, you know, the ho-hum performances on the field. But Jackie, if you look no further, just look no further. I've been telling folks all year, just telling you about some games to watch out for. Look no further than noon tomorrow. Lock it in at noon tomorrow and watch this one. This will be the only top 10 matchup of the day tomorrow. But Michigan State and the Spartans traveling to Columbus to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes, number 7 versus number 4 game. There's 2 games that are on tomorrow that are going to say something about the playoff system, and this one is a big one because Michigan State wants to fight their way back in there after losing a couple weeks ago. But 2 9-1 teams at noon tomorrow. That's a good one to watch, Jackie.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a few weeks ago that those Big Ten guys, there was a bunch of them right there in the top 10 that hadn't quite played each other yet, hadn't let it play out, but a bunch of them there in the top 10 looking to get some wins, and Cincinnati's just sitting back waiting to spoil the whole thing, Mike. So what do you do with these 9-1 teams?
I tell you, watch the Spartans. The Spartans have a good football team, and I'm going to pick them to go into Ohio State tomorrow and get that upset.
Okay.
Shake things up a little bit. Jackie, if you want some local flavor, tomorrow over in Troy, Alabama, App State, the Appalachian State folks going to make their way out there to Troy, and that's none other than Cooper Hodges. We talked about that 2017 state championship team. Cooper Hodges plays every down on that offensive line for Appalachian State. They're going to go over there and see Tyler Burnstead and the Troy Trojans. 3:30 game tomorrow, so if you want to see some local flavor, you can turn it on there and watch that App State-Troy game. A couple of other games, you know, an interesting game, if nothing else. You know, Alabama's going to host in the 3:30 slot tomorrow. They're going to host Arkansas and the Razorbacks. Arkansas, you know, they feel like that guy over there that just gets punched on and gets beat on. But, you know, they're still hanging in there in the top 25, and we'll see if Arkansas can travel to Alabama tomorrow and give them a game. But another one to watch tomorrow night that might have some implications. The top 25 matchup, Utah, the Utes hosting Oregon. Oregon's another one of those teams that right now sitting there looking at the college football playoff, but that's a tough place to go.
Yeah, Oregon, I mean, they undefeated right now, sitting at number 3. We'll love nothing more than to get these college football playoffs. If I believe they beat our friends out west there in the inaugural college football playoff semifinal game.
A while back.
Yeah, so Oregon in familiar territory, but knows that they need to win out to make it to that Final Four.
Speaking of our friends out west, they'll travel up to the cold tomorrow to face Boston College. They got a big win last week against Miami at home, and they're licking their chops, thinking if they can win these last couple of ball games this year, that would include a win over Florida next week.
Listen, and I'll say this as a Gator fan, there are no big wins in the state of Florida right now. These are just wins because I don't care which one of y'all's beating the other one. We are all in a heap of garbage right now.
Well, some good games to watch tomorrow. I'll be locked into that noon game, that Michigan State at Ohio State game. That'll be a fun one to watch, and then from there you can just watch what you want to. But if you're interested, Florida travels to Missouri at 4 o'clock tomorrow, and I expect, Jackie, I know I said I'm not going to talk about them, but I expect nothing less than the Gators to lose the last 2 games of the year and to end 5-7. That's my prediction.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm just telling you. When you see it happen, don't be surprised.
Man, there, you got shout-outs. You want shout-outs. Here's the list of guys up in Illinois. You got Clay and Greg Lyons, Wesley Mobley, Gary Pelfrey, Johnny Milton, Chad Scarborough, Tyann Frazier, Alan Tanner, and Dawson Riddle. Killed 2 bucks so far. They've been gone for 7 days, and they killed 2 bucks. So I'm assuming there's a lot more talking and blowing smoke than there is deer killing.
Well, I'm just going to tell Jack what I tell folks when they tell me stories like that. If you got pictures, you better prove it, or we just don't believe you. Pics or it didn't happen.
Exactly.
All right, so good luck to you guys up there, that whole list of folks. I won't say it. Mike Rogers says go Bulldogs. I don't even know who the Bulldogs play tomorrow. But
Charleston Southern. I got a text about that. What do you want us to say, guys? That Charleston Southern's going to go in and give you a game. you pay them $1 million for a reason to go in and do what you should do to them.
Oh, there you go. So, Wildcats in West Florida here, region semifinal ball game. The winner of tonight's game will go on to face the winner of Wakulla and Raines. I heard from my man Tim Hughes, Wildcat Tim Hughes, down at American Recycling earlier. He told me that Raines had taken the lead 21-14. So Raines wants to get to that region final. Let's hope the Wildcats do. That would be a good matchup here next week. But we've got a half of football to go to see if we can get there.
Yeah, we got to come out and winding up here, going to get into the third quarter. And these Wildcats, we got to find something. We got to find something offensively. But the defense is going to be put to the test again as we come out and start the third.
13-3, the Wildcats lead right now over West Florida here at halftime. I want to thank again Jack Baker, Justin Webb, the guys down there at Baker County Farm Bureau. I trust them with my insurance. Why don't you give them a call and check it out, 259-6332, whether you need homeowners insurance, car insurance, life insurance. They can pretty much talk to you about anything. I've got boat insurance with them, homeowners. I've got my cars insured, so why not just give them a call, 259-6332. Jackie, you're listening to the 2021 FHSAA Region Semifinal on 97.5 WFBB. When we come back, West Florida will get the ball to start the second half, and we'll be back with more right here in 1 minute on WFBB.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Region semifinal, Class 5A. Class 5A state playoffs. We're into week two. Week two. Last week there were 32 teams that started out in the Class 5A playoff. After tonight, there will only be 8. So you go from 32 to 16 to 8 in a hurry. And those first 3 weeks so important in narrowing down this field in the 5A state playoff. Right now, the Wildcats of Baker County halfway home in this region semifinal, a 13-3 lead over West Florida. But we talked about these defenses and how they played in the first half. West Florida going to get the ball to start the second half. We need a good kickoff and a good stop to start this second half.
Yeah, you definitely, this defense kind of carried you in the first half there a little bit towards the end, especially in that second quarter. So you hope those guys can come out and get it done again and keep all the positive momentum and confidence that this defense had in the first half through the rest of the game.
Tim Hughes, if you're listening, keep us updated on that Wakulla and Raines game over in Jacksonville. We mentioned a moment ago Raines had taken a 21-14 lead in the game. And now the Wildcats getting set to kick off here. What should be I'm going to say it, Jackie. It's going to be a wild second half. These defenses playing hard. We've seen 2 turnovers. The Wildcats have both of them, but I expect maybe another turnover or 2 in this second half, and hang on.
How many games have we seen, though, where you see the defenses play like that, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, the offenses just take over, and this thing erupts for a 35 to 30 score, you know?
It does happen. It does happen. But I got to tell you, both of these defensive lines really controlled what was happening in that half of play. But we definitely have playmakers on the field that can do just what you talked about. So I'm telling you, buckle up. Here we go for the second half. Blake Mays has it teed off for the Wildcats, or teed up at the 40-yard line, and he's set to kick it off to this West Florida offense. And here we go. Kicked high in the air, coming down. It's going to be a good touchback here as he just out-kicks everybody. They had their return man up around the 15-yard line, and so Mays just delivers it through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 20, 1st and 10 for West Florida.
Good kick by that time by Blake Mays. He's done a good job tonight. I'll tell you, they got lucky earlier. Could have been a really, really good kickoff for Blake Mays, and that ball just stuck.
Yeah.
Put a little backspin on it, and, man, thought that thing was going to roll past the return man, but Blake Mays doing a good job tonight.
Well, field position is so important in games when you've got a nip-and-tuck ball game, and West Florida hadn't started this far back in a while. 1st down and 10 from their own 20. Redding going to come out here, and he's going to split out one receiver to the left and now sends a man in motion. They take the jet sweep and run it straight up the middle. Wildcats get a tackle out there, maybe 2, maybe 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Golly, I'm telling you right now, Camilo Rollins, hey, he doesn't just tackle you. That dude brings the boom every time he touches somebody.
Every time. You're right. Every time. And Rollins in on that tackle. They stopped him at the 22 for a 2nd down and 8. Marquez Jones, the running back, he's in the ball game. Casey on the sideline now, 2nd down and 8 from the 22-yard line. Redding with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to fake it to the running back and throw it out there. They've got a catch made, and he's going to be tackled right around the 1st down marker out to the 31-yard line. So just a quick hitter. He takes a 2-step drop and fires it to the left side, and they get a 1st down to the 31-yard line.
And I would say with the pressure this Wildcat team's been able to do at some point, I may tell my guys, you got the Haven Clark kind of over the top helping you out. You may tell Jamil Jones and Carlos Jefferson, listen, let's go after those. If he puts a double move on you, we got to hope Camilo Rollins, Cavs, Orlando Holland, somebody's in his face to hit him.
1st down and 10 from the 31-yard line. West Florida going to run the football on 1st down again. Jones trying to pick his way out there near the 32, maybe the 33, maybe a 2-yard gain, but not much. Wildcat defense doing a good job at the line of scrimmage.
And not much going on 1st down. Defensive front, West Florida, they were able to gash us a little bit there in the 1st quarter. And I say gash, pick up more yards than we're accustomed to. But since then, this Wildcat front has settled in and not allowed anything in between the tackles.
2nd down and 8 from the 33-yard line. Redding in the shotgun. Still 2 receivers to the right. They're going to run the football again. This time, Camilo Rollins on cue, right on cue. Camilo Rollins breaks through and gets the running back in the backfield. And still talking about it back there, but that's going to take them back to the original line of scrimmage, a 2-yard loss. It'll make it 3rd and 10.
My goodness, you just can't say enough good things about this linebacker core headed up by Camilo Rollins, just all over the field.
Now, Camilo Rollins is a good football player, and we've seen some good linebackers come through here, but I tell you, the last 3 years watching him play football has been fun. 3rd down now, 3rd and long, 3rd down and 10. This is where the Wildcats need the big stop. 9.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, just underway, 2nd half. Redding, 3-step drop, makes the throw. Now he's going to run it. Toby Kinghorn's the only man that can stop him, and Kinghorn turns him around right there at the original line of scrimmage. Toby Kinghorn just came out of nowhere and drills the quarterback as he tried to scramble out, and the Wildcats get a stop here to open up the 2nd half.
My goodness, Toby Kinghorn. I thought Redding, I saw some daylight over there on the left side, and Toby Kinghorn just back there playing center field. for these Wildcat linebackers and just shoves Redding out of bounds for no gain there when we thought maybe all hope was lost there. I thought it was going to be a big game by Redding, and Toby Kinghorn says not today.
Yeah, it looked like he had some room, and Kinghorn was just shot out of a cannon. Going to get a flag here, and that's going to be a false start on the punt. So we'll have to do that again, back them up 5 yards. They ran a man on late in the count there, and he was unable to get set before they snapped the ball back to the punter. So 5 yards back. J-Ma's back there, and if he gets a chance, we could use a big return.
I thought the punter maybe not paying attention when he snapped that ball and was going to snap it over his head.
4th down now. Punter stands back around the 15-yard line. He gets a high kick. It's going to hit up around the 45 and take a Wildcat roll back to around the 46-yard line. And normally you hear us here saying it's taking a West Florida roll, but this one takes a Wildcat roll, kind of backs up on the punter, and we'll get decent field position up around the 45-yard line to start here.
We put a little extra chalk on the 45 right there, made that thing roll on back. So the Wildcat offense going to start with the best field position they started with, it seems like, in a while.
Definitely in a while. 1st down and 10 Wildcats from our own 45-yard line. Noah Ray in the shotgun. Looks across the defensive line. We've got 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. We've got 2 backs in the backfield. Jamarian Baker back there with Cam Smith. Going to give the ball to Cam Smith, and Cam Smith going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. That West Florida defensive line has not allowed much running room, and we pick up 1 yard.
Yeah, just nothing doing. I tell you, if they're going to play, I mean, they're giving up 10 yards to J-Mod Ruiz there in the slot when we go in that twins. I'm not sure I don't just fire it out there to him and say, make a move. And they're giving up 10 to J-Mod now. 2nd down and 9. Here we go. We're going to throw it out to the backfield, and Jamarian Baker is going to be an incomplete pass, but they're going to say this ball is incomplete. Thankfully for the Wildcats, because that ball just kind of rolled around to a lot of different people. West Florida thought that they had a turnover. Now, what's going to be interesting here when the referees talk about this, Jackie, is was that pass backwards? I mean, he's got the best view, the guy calling it incomplete. The line judge on this side, you can't overturn him. Well, you can't overrule him. Well, that's what they're calling it. They're calling it a backwards pass because it would have been a live ball. Now, nobody ever possessed it. The pass was out here to Jamarian Baker, and he never had it. He juggled it all over the place, but if they call it a backwards pass, then that's a live ball, and it's a fumble, and West Florida gets their first turnover of the night. Yeah, I can't believe that. I think they called it I don't even think they called it backwards. I think they said he called it and then fumbled it. Either way, it's West Florida ball at the 43, and they're going to run a little razzle-dazzle double reverse here, and they're going to try to throw one down the field, and they've got a catch made inside the 25, and Jamil Jones finally gets him to the ground back at the 22, and that should be a flag. He spikes the football back there at the 15, but the referee just picks it up. Come on. Hey, listen, this is what you don't want to see in a high school game. I'm not sure who number 9 was, but he's stoked that he evaded the sack and threw a 7-yard completion there. Yeah, that was just a razzle-dazzle play. They threw from the jet sweep. They tossed it back to number 9. He throws it down the field, and they get a first down. Now they're going to run an inside jet sweep, and now Andre Coleman's going to run one upfield for about 5 yards here, and West Florida's got the momentum, Jackie. The turnover gives them some momentum, and they've got some life here trying to go fast on offense. Call it 2nd and 5 from the 18-yard line. Redding in the backfield. He's got Casey back there with him. Casey's going to get the ball. No, Redding fakes it to him on the zone read play, and Redding running over Wildcats down inside the 10-yard line. Going to be close to the first down. I'm telling you, that turnover, Jackie, whether you like it or not, whether it was a fumble, whether it was not a fumble, whether it was backward pass or not, has given West Florida life here. Yeah, I mean, in a high school game, a turnover is huge. I mean, you're talking about just confidence and everything else, especially on that side of the football. And, man, I didn't like the call, but nonetheless, there is no replay, so the call stands and West Florida gets it. Now you're going to have a Wildcat defender shaking up as West Florida is going to have they gave them a first down. I thought it was 3rd and short, but going to pick up a first down. The Wildcats lead 13-3.
Yeah, you go back to that play, and there's a couple of things you could call there if you're the referees. You know, they threw the little swing pass out to Jamarian Baker. Now, he was going nowhere. I mean, the play was blown up from the beginning. But if you're the referees, you can call one of two things. You either say he possessed it and it was a fumble, or you say it was a backward pass and so it's a live ball. And it didn't look like to either of us that he ever possessed it, so I'm not sure. Either way, once that happens and they get the turnover, then your defense has got to dig in. You got to make big plays. And right now, they've got the Wildcats backed up. They're going to be 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line of the Wildcats. And it seems like, Jackie, at least for the last quarter or so, that West Florida's kind of been living in our end of the field, and they only have 3 points.
Yeah, that's the devastating news is they have lived on our side of the field. The good news for the Wildcats is it is only 13-3, and you don't want to give up a touchdown here, but you're still leading the ball game, you know, even if you do give up a score. So no need to panic for the Wildcat team.
Number 35, Caleb Tressler, was the injured Wildcat. He's going to get over to the sideline and get some attention. 1st down and 10 now. They're going to run that inside sweep play again. No, it's a fake on the zone read, and Redding just fakes it and runs straight up the middle against that Wildcat defense, and he's going to pick up 5 or 6 yards.
And now West Florida doing a good job on 1st down, picking up big yardage, as you called it. Picks up 5 there on 1st by Redding.
Well, that's what we talk about. The key for that Wildcat offense is good yardage on 1st down. Right now, West Florida, 2nd down. They can get a 1st down inside the 2-yard line. 2nd down and 5 from the 7. Redding just going to keep it himself, and he gets drilled in the backfield. Looked like Toby Kinghorn was back there along with Bryce Kaz, number 45.
Big Kaz. Not happening. He wraps his arms around you, Redding. You better hope that blow the whistle because you're not going anywhere.
And this is kind of what you've seen from West Florida. They get inside the 10-yard line, and the Wildcat defense puts pressure on you, and now you're facing a 3rd down and 7. 5:45 to go, 3rd quarter, fast-moving 3rd quarter here. Seems like the 3rd quarter just started, and it's rolling along. Redding in the shotgun, 3rd down, call it 7. They've got to get inside the 2 for a 1st down. Redding takes the snap, going to fire one to the right side, and it's going to be almost intercepted. Almost intercepted. The Wildcats jumped that route over there, and they're going to force a 4th down.
Oh, man, Carlos Jefferson, my goodness, had his hands all over it. And then ball went up in the air. Looked like Kaz may have had a chance at it too, but great coverage that time by the Wildcat defense and West Florida.
And now they're going to listen. Now they're going to listen to us and try to cut this to a 1-score game. The ball will be spotted at the 17-yard line, so it's a 27-yard field goal from the left hash. The kicker was good from 25 earlier. Now he's got a 27-yarder. Snap is down. The kick is on the way, and the kick is going to flutter to the right. No good.
Yeah,
he kicked it off to the right. A huge stop for the Wildcats after we gave up a turnover. And I got to tell you, man, the first kick that he kicked from 25 would have been good from 45. That one, he just flat missed it. Pushed it off to the right.
Just pushed it right. We talked about it, though. A low snap, Mike. Maybe the holder just couldn't get it back up there, and he pushed it to the right. So that's a huge stand for this Wildcat defense, as it looked like West Florida was having their way.
Well, in a game that points are hard to come by and you've got a 10-point lead, them missing a field goal right there and you getting the ball back at the 20 here is a huge win for this team because he makes that field goal and it's a one-possession game. Now, if you're West Florida, you've had all this momentum, you've had all the chances inside the Wildcat red zone, and you're still down 10.
Oh, I know. I mean, that's definitely back-breaking if this Wildcat offense can get something going here. Not saying you got to score, that'd be great, but at least get something going towards West Florida's end of the field.
Yeah, you got to. You got to get something going here. Wildcats are going to go full house here. Just a full house backfield, and on 1st down, we're going to run one out there for about 7 yards. No receiver set that time. The Wildcats came out, lined up Camilo Rollins in the fullback position, and we're just playing smash mouth now. 7 yards on 1st down.
Hey, if you can't beat them, join them. Let's just run through somebody.
Under center and everything. And the Wildcats are going to go too quick here. Oh, you're going to get offsides. Wildcats, I thought we got a false start on the Cats, but it's going to be offsides West Florida. So Wildcats have come out here now, Jackie, and showing something that we haven't shown. I don't even know if we've shown it this year. You're looking at Noah Ray under center. You've got Toby Kinghorn out there as a blocking back and Cam Smith in the backfield, and that's about as full house of backfield as you can get.
We've shown it down inside the 5-yard line. This is our goal line package here, but we're just going to go right out in the middle of the field and do it.
First down play, going to give it to Jamarian Baker running to the right side. West Florida comes up and plays physical with the Cats here, as we're only going to pick up maybe a yard here, but Wildcats now checking back in Toby Kinghorn, and we'll see. You know, the one thing you could do out of a set like this is catch everybody off guard and send somebody out, but Cats are saying, hey, y'all been physical with us all night. We're going to try to be physical with you. 4:22 to go in the third quarter. Still 13-3 game.
This is one of those where if you can get Cam Smith just a little crease here with Camilo Rollins and Toby Kinghorn blocking.
Second down play, and Cam Smith gets the carry. Camilo trying to block for him out there, lead block. We picked up 7 on the first down play a moment ago, but West Florida quickly realized that if that's what you're going to do, we're going to just come up and challenge you, and now it's going to be 3rd and a long 8 for the Cats.
And that was a good look maybe on first down, but it might be time to abandon ship already.
3rd down and 8. Noah Ray again under center. Fakes the handoff to Smith. He's got a man open over here and just overthrows him. He had Toby Kinghorn out in the flat, and that's what I told you, Jackie. You might be able to just send somebody out, and if you throw the pass there to Toby Kinghorn the correct way, that's a first down.
Yeah, that's one you want to get right there, but if nothing else, maybe Jamil Jones can get off a good punt here and at least flip the field back to Baker County advantage.
Jamil Jones back there gets a low end-over-end punt that's going to take a Wildcat roll all the way down inside the 30. So a good job by Jamil Jones. And so all the way back to the 29-yard line is where West Florida is going to start here. And it's 3:31 to go in the third quarter, and the Cats are still on top 13-3. It's been a while. The Wildcats scored all 13 of these points in the first quarter tonight, Jackie. We haven't scored since the first quarter, and West Florida got the field goal in the second quarter. Nobody scored a touchdown since the first quarter of this game.
No, and you said it. I felt like on that possession, that could have been a very big possession for this Wildcat team had we been able to get something going offensively and at least move the ball, pick up a couple first downs. Maybe could have really swung the momentum.
They're going to line up and run the football here, and Kaz breaks into the backfield, but the running back slips out of the tackle. He's going backwards, though, but now he's going to get out near the 30-yard line. Just a crazy play there. The running back, Jones, was pushed back in the backfield. The Cats looked like we were going to get him for about a 5-yard loss. He gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, that's something you don't see a whole lot of, somebody able to get out of the grass. A big Kaz back there. Running back does a good job of breaking loose and runs a long way for a half of a yard.
3:20 to go in the third quarter. Wildcats of Baker County taking on the West Florida Jaguars here. Second round Class 5A Region 1 matchup. Right now the Cats on top 13-3. West Florida facing a second down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Fake the handoff, and now Redding going to fire one out there. He's got a receiver, and it's going to be incomplete. Man, we got away with one there. A good play fake by Redding behind the line of scrimmage. He rolled a little play action, looking downfield, had a receiver, Toby Kinghorn in coverage. The receiver wasn't able to make the catch, and Kinghorn was right there. It'll be third down.
Yeah, and Redding, I didn't see who it was, but somebody hit him right as he got rid of that football, and he gets up limping there. So we'll see how that affects his ability to maneuver out of the pocket. But you're right. Wildcats catch a break there. Toby Kinghorn was in good coverage. It was just a well-thrown ball by Redding, and the receiver dropped it.
Well, Redding's taking some hits tonight, and every time, Jackie, you said it. I mean, he was shaken up to begin with, but he shakes it off and gets right back up. Third down and almost 10. Defensive game here in the third quarter. Redding going to set up the screen, and they're going to overthrow the screen. They look like us trying to run the screen. It'll be fourth down.
We have finally found a team that runs it worse than we do.
Well, we had the jailbreak. Redding was retreating, trying to hit his running back there on a little screen pass. We had somebody there right on him. Even if he catches that, it's not going anywhere. So the Cats, a chance now to get good field position.
Yeah.
Cam Smith. Yeah, Cam Smith's going to come back. He's going to be around the 45-yard line.
That's a huge stop by that Wildcat defense because you called it here. A decent return. We just catch this ball in the air. We're going to get a good field position.
Yeah, I'd love to see Cam come up about 5 yards and try to catch it in the air. The punt's in the air. It's going to be a shank out of bounds over here on the Wildcat sideline. It hits right at the 50. Let's see where they say it went out of bounds. It's going to be inside West Florida territory, and the Cats will take it at the 46, the 45-yard line. Great field position for the Cats.
Wow, this is great field position. Mike, you couldn't ask for better. A shank punt there after a great stand by this Wildcat defense. So let's just see here with this field position if the Wildcat offense can get something going.
And I told you, Jackie, as we went to halftime, if everything stayed the same in a defensive struggle like this, if the Wildcats could just get seven on the board at some point and make it a 20-3 game, then West Florida is really battling uphill.
Well, and it's like you said, West Florida, how many times have they been in Wildcat territory? I'm talking about in the red zone in Wildcat territory and come away with no points. So it's got to be disheartening for them. You got to feel the frustration for those guys to eventually give up.
First down and 10. Cats are going to run Cam Smith, and Cam Smith is going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage again. This West Florida defensive line, you've got to give them some credit for limiting the holes that our offensive line is able to open.
And just nothing doing for Cam Smith or Jamari and Baker in the game. But look in this formation right here. That's what I was talking about earlier. I'm not sure you couldn't run J-Mod on a little swing pass right here.
Well, you're going to try to run J-Mod on a sweep, and he runs right into one of the linebackers who came crashing in for West Florida, and you're going to lose 5 on a jet sweep. So we're doing nothing with the great field position we just got after the punt. I mean, nothing.
No.
Third down play, almost 15 to go after that play. Yeah, I mean, I like getting the ball in J-Mod's hands, but my goodness, we got to block somebody. Third down. Noah Ray rolling to his left. He's under pressure, and that pass is going to be caught, but nowhere to go. As the Wildcats catch it, Derek Major with the catch there. Picks up about 7 on the play, but it'll be 4th down and 8. Oh, my goodness. We got to punt it away again. The worst thing is we only take, a minute and a half off the clock. Jamil Jones, a good punt. It's going to come down inside the 10-yard line, take a good Wildcat roll, and we're going to stop it, and they're going to call it a touchback.
Oh, man.
Coach Mays was so upset he just threw his clipboard.
Well, that's frustrating. Those guys, they feel like they got it down it at the 1 every time. We'll just take it inside the 5. If you just go attack the football right there and down that thing, the 3 at that point is just as good as the 1. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Anything inside the 5 would have been great. We had guys there to cover it. It ends up being a touchback, and West Florida is going to start at the 20-yard line. Jackie, 10-10 of the second quarter is the last time any points were scored in this game. It's been a defensive slugfest, 13-3. Some people love a defensive slugfest. I would just love to see some more points. Redding going to throw the football, fires it out here to the right side, and it's going to be overthrown and incomplete. Carlos Jefferson on the coverage. They were looking for Jones out here on the sideline, and it's incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
And that time, little wheel route trying to get Carlos Jefferson to bite on the inside and throw it up the man running down the sideline, but Carlos Jefferson is having none of it and in great coverage.
Sometimes these teams look for too much. If you just ask that guy running the wheel route that time to, stop short there, he probably would have had a 10-yard game, but they just kept going, and it's incomplete. 2nd down pass, they're going to fire it out to the left side, and that one's going to one-hop it over to the receiver, Jamil Jones. Great coverage on that left sideline, so 2 passes in a row, incomplete now. So neither offense can find any prosperity here, and it's 3rd and 10.
Now, and as it gets colder out here, I got to think that ball's getting harder and harder to throw. As Redding again just skips one 2 yards in front of the receiver. Wildcat defense, another chance here to come up with a big stop on third down.
Clock stops with 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Redding, straight drop again, 3 steps. He's going to fire one out here, and this is going to be a catch made at the 29, but he's going to be tackled right away. They're going to mark it back to the 26-yard line. So the receiver would have been close to the first down, but he moved backwards, and it's going to be 3 yards short. 2 yards short.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure what Carlos Jefferson thought was going on there as he kind of just stalled out on that play.
West Florida.
Offside. There's no way they go for this.
West Florida thinking about going for it from their own 28-yard line. They need 2 yards on fourth down. The Wildcats don't jump off sides. And they're going to run the play. Redding's going to run it left, and he's going to get near the first down marker, not going to get it. He's not going to get it. The Wildcats are going to stuff him for a 1-yard gain at the 29, and we're going to get the ball back.
He's a yard short. That's a great stop by the Wildcat defense. My goodness, if you needed some momentum, there it is right there.
This game is nip and tuck going back and forth, a field position game, and I don't know why West Florida ran that play. I mean, if you get the first down, it's a great play call, but from the 28-yard line, you go for it here with a lot of football left.
That's one of those where you're either loved or hated the next morning, and if this continues on, he's going to be hated the next morning for that play call if the Wildcat offense can make him pay right here.
And Redding was close. He was close to being able to lunge ahead, but the Wildcat defense pushed him back. Now we go back to the full house backfield, going to give it to Camilo Rollins, and Camilo Rollins fights his way down to the 26. A gain of 3 there. You're just trying to fight for some tough yardage, and Camilo Rollins was not going to be tackled easily. And Camilo shaking up on the play. That's not what you want to see.
That's not what you want to see at all.
14 seconds to go in the third quarter. Wildcats on top 13-3. We'll face a 2nd down and 6 when we come back. We'll take a quick timeout here. You're listening to the 2021 Region Semifinal on 97.5 WFBB.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Really? Well, as we welcome you back here to Baker County Memorial Stadium, we took an injury time out there. Camilo Rollins had picked up 4 yards on the first down carry, and luckily we get to see Camilo Rollins walk off under his own power. We were worried it might have been worse than that, but looked like he might have just been shaking out a cramp there. Camilo Rollins has been on the field all night tonight, but Camilo looks fine as he comes off the field. So that's great news for the Wildcat football team. During the break, the Wildcats, after that play, the clock was running, so once they reset the ball, we just ran out the third quarter. So as we reset the action here, we're going to be starting the fourth quarter with a 13-3 lead, 12 minutes on the clock, and to reset things, the Wildcats face a 2nd down and 6 at the 25-yard line of West Florida. This is a golden opportunity for the Cats to put some more points on the board. Noah Ray, full house backfield here, second down from the 25-yard line. Toss sweep to Cam Smith, running to the edge, trying to get to the edge. But great pursuit by West Florida. Maybe a 2-yard gain, maybe 3, as we get it down to the 22-yard line. It's going to set up third down. Jackie, this is one of those plays where you got third down and 3. You got 2 plays here to get 3 yards.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, though, I felt like on that one we were 1 block away, Mike. I felt like if the fullback would have peeled back to the inside and picked up that linebacker, he may have busted Cam Smith loose.
Need to get to the 19-yard line. Third down and 3 from the 22. Noah Ray is going to go under center again. Cam Smith, the deep back. Full house backfield. Cats take it, give it to Smith, and he's buried in the backfield. Nothing doing. West Florida, they had guys 2 yards in the backfield, and we lose 2 on the play.
And kind of you're in no man's land right here.
Well, you're 24-yard line, so you're looking at a 41-yard field goal, and the Wildcats are going to go for it. Full house backfield, toss sweep left side. Cam Smith running to the boundary and not going to get there. West Florida is going to stop him after a gain of 2, and they're going to turn over the Cats coming back the other way. And there we had great field position and a chance to go down and put some points on the board, and West Florida just says no.
I mean, nothing doing there. Needed 4 yards. Cam Smith picked up 1. Just nothing doing on this in the trenches right now. The Wildcats are just getting it handed to them.
Jackie, you mentioned the Wakulla score. Tim Hughes checked back in with us. Wakulla's come back to take a 22-21 lead on Raines. They're heading down to the fourth quarter in that one. And on first down here, the Wildcats are going to get caught jumping off sides. Oh, my goodness. Coming down the stretch in this ball game, it's going to be, I mean, we've already determined here, Jackie, it's going to be a battle of defenses. And it's 13-3. Nobody scored. Nobody has put points on this board since 10-10 in the second quarter. 10:45 to go in the ball game. They fake the handoff. Redding's going to be hit. Now he just escaped somehow. I don't know how he escaped out of there. And Redding's going to get up the sideline over there close to the first down marker. We had 4 guys on him in the backfield.
Yeah, what you don't want to see here is you talked about West Florida earlier. You've got down there, and you've been denied. You don't want to see that happen to the Wildcats here. The demeanor of this defense, you don't want to say, man, I'm tired of being out here. We can't get anything going. So those guys got to keep fighting here.
Both defenses have been on the field for a long time tonight, and this has been a true defensive slugfest. Second down play, second down and 3. We were offsides on first down, gave them a 1st and 5. That last play was 2 yards for the quarterback Redding on a scramble. Now he's facing second down and 3 from the 29-yard line. Redding fires one out here. They've got a catch made, and the receiver's got some room. He's across the 40 to the 45 to the 50. He tries to reverse his field, and he's going to be tackled at the 44 of the Wildcats. And Ronnie Ellis pulls the ball out, but they've already blown the whistle. And these teams, I tell you what, these teams are not happy with each other, and you see it on the field. But a huge play for West Florida to get down to the Wildcat 44.
Yep, and that's the only thing. Again, 2-possession game right here, but it's one big play away is what you feel like.
That's exactly right. Changing the game, right?
Yep.
First down and 10. They're going to run the football to the left side. The running back's got a hole, and he breaks the tackle at the 35 to the 30. One man to beat, and they're going to get a touchdown. Marquez Jones has just gone all the way from the 45-yard line. And you said it, Jackie, that defense has been on the field a long time, and you normally don't see missed tackles.
And here's what you see. You see hands on their hips. They're down. They're out. They're frustrated with what's going on right now, and that's what you can't have. You got to find ways to get little victories here, and because right there we had him bottled up, Mike. That's nothing we hadn't seen all night long. And he finds a crease and a missed tackle later, and he's into the end zone.
With 10:06 to go in the ball game, Marquez Jones finds the end zone for West Florida, their first score of the night. And that will make it a 13-10 ball game as the extra point is good. So West Florida's a missed field goal away from having a tie game here, and the Wildcats are going to have to regroup. 10:06 to go in the game. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the 2021 FHSAA Region Semifinal on 97.5 WFBB.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed, or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
High kickoff here comes down at the 20-yard line. The Wildcats trying to return one. Cam Smith got it to the 30, to the 35, to the 40. Cam Smith on his feet out to the 45-yard line before he's brought down right there. And he should get a flag after that one.
He's down.
He kept it in his pocket. I tell you, when West Florida guys sling a guy down after the play, we're not seeing that penalty. But either way, a good return for Cam Smith, 25-yard return out to the 45-yard line. The Cats better dig deep, Jackie, because West Florida has all the momentum in this ballgame.
No doubt about it. A couple miscues here and there, and all of a sudden I may have jinxed it, Mike. I said one big play, and they're right back in the ballgame, and that's exactly what happened on the very next snap. So the Wildcat offense has got to find something on this drive.
I'll tell you something, and you saw it on that play, on that kickoff return. When West Florida gets a hold of somebody, they bring them down. I mean, these guys have been sure tacklers all night. First down and 10, Noah Ray going to swing one out to the left side, and a tackle made right away on the catch over there. Derek Major made the catch, but a 2-yard loss as the Wildcats can't get a block over there, and our offense has not been getting those yards on first down like we need. It's 2nd and 12.
No, and that's just, I tell you what, you're right. The outside receiver just got to give a block there. If he just gets his man out of there, that's just getting beat on willpower alone, Mike.
Wildcats now going to run some clock, but we've got to do something with some positive momentum here. Just get us to 20 points. 2nd down and 12. Run it up the middle. The Wildcats find a crease there and a positive gain out near midfield. Cam Smith on the carry picks up about 7 yards out to the 49. So now you're going to face a 3rd and 5.
That might be the biggest run that we've had in 2 quarters.
You got to get a first down here. You got to get a first down. 3rd and 5, we get them to jump across. They came across. A linebacker came up to the line of scrimmage and came into the neutral zone. And if it's not quite enough for a first down, it should be close, but it will be. First down for the Cats at the 46 of West Florida. We get it by penalty.
Man, I'll take them any way I can get it right now, because that's the first one we've had in a long time. I'm going to need Justin Thomas to move back down here to keep the stats, because there's some crazy things happening here lately. I need him in my ear telling me what's going on.
Old saying we used to have was by hook or by crook. Either way, we get the first down. So first down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Handed off. Cam Smith reverses his field. My goodness, it seems like he got a hole, and then West Florida just a lot of speed to close it up. 2-yard gain down to the 44.
Yeah, those are plays that all season long, Cam Smith, when he cuts it back, there's a lot of room there for him to work, and tonight just hasn't been.
Wildcats clinging to a 3-point lead here, 8:10 to go in the ball game. Noah Ray trying to get this team down the field. 2nd down and 8. Ray takes a snap, straight drop, looking to throw. Fires one down the middle. It's going to be overthrown. Looking for Major down around the 20-yard line. A diving interception try for West Florida, no good, but that doesn't even matter. It's 3rd down and 8. The Cats desperately need a first down here.
Yeah, I need something. Tried to stretch the field a little bit there. An incomplete pass going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8 from the 44-yard line of West Florida. Rolling Noah Ray to his right. Fires over here, and it's going to be incomplete, but you're going to get flags down. Defenseless receiver there as the ball was behind and that was intended for Mekhi Mosley over here. The ball was thrown behind him. There was no chance we were going to catch it, but the defensive back came up and made a very bad play as he came up and hit a defenseless receiver and hit him hard right in front of the officials, and it's a personal foul that's going to bail the Wildcats out here and give us a first down.
Oh, my goodness, what a break that is, because I tell you, and Mekhi Mosley's thinking, well, that's not a break because I paid for it. But nonetheless, going to give the Wildcats another huge first down here as Mekhi Mosley was open on the play there.
It's just a bad play for West Florida there. You can't do that. Your defense has been doing what they've been doing and stopping the Wildcats every single play, and they bail us out with a 15-yarder, but we'll take it. First down and 10 from the 29-yard line now. The Cats desperately need a score here. 7:55 to go in the ballgame. Noah Ray takes the snap, going to give it to Smith, and nothing doing. There is nothing doing up along that front line.
No, and you'll recall, I tell you what's really hindered us a little bit, I feel like. Noah Ray went out last week with some sort of leg injury from last week, and he's not pulling that ball. And right now would be the perfect opportunity for him to tuck one here and maybe try to pick up a couple as they've just got their ears pinned back for Cam Smith.
Second down play, 7:20 to go in the ball game. Wildcats need 10, second down and 10. Going to hand it off to Jamar. No, now Noah does pull it. It was a fake jet sweep to Jamar Ruiz coming across. Noah faked it to him. I thought he gave it to him, but Noah hit hard on the play, only a 2-yard gain. It'll be third and long.
I'm out of ideas now. I said Noah Ray keep one, and he does, and West Florida's there to make the play, so I'm not sure where we can find some open territory.
Now listen, this Jaguar team from Pensacola is a sure tackling, hard-hitting bunch, and they have been solid on defense. They trail the Wildcats by 3, 13-10, halfway through the fourth quarter, and now you're going to get a flag down before the play, and the Wildcats, as if 8 yards wasn't tough enough for us to get on third down, now we're going to have to get 13.
And that's just a mental mistake there by one of the receivers. Comes out of his stance a little early.
So the referees decide it's a good time for the mid-quarter timeout. 6:38 to go in the game. Cats are going to have a chance to talk about it, Jackie, but let's keep it here. Let's play this thing out. You've got 6:38 to go in the ball game. Up until that last possession, the Wildcat defense had been solid. So let me ask you this. If you don't get it on third down here, do you just try to pin them deep, try to get something inside the 10?
Yeah, I think so. This late in the ball game, 6:38 to go in the fourth quarter, your defense, minus that last series, has played very well. And I think those guys, if you huddle them up and say, listen, I need you to go out and give me a stop, I think they rise to the occasion and they can do it for you. And as much as this offense has struggled here and since the first quarter, really, I don't know that you want to keep the ball in their hands.
No, I mean, the thing here is there's a lot of clock left in this game, 6:37. You know, barring a first down play here on 3rd and 13, you got to try to pooch one in there, but let's see. Third down play, Noah Ray, straight drop, looks across the middle. He's got Jamar Ruiz, and he's got the catch. Unbelievable catch. He almost lost it at the 15-yard line, and the Cats get a first down. What a good play.
Jamar Ruiz has been telling him, just let me go out there and do something. Just find me somewhere, and that's how Noah Ray delivers a perfect ball to Jamar Ruiz, who comes down with it, and a huge first down by this Wildcat team.
Yeah, that changes things. Now you got to dig deep here, offensive line. You only need 15 yards to pay dirt, and we need a touchdown. 1st and 10 from the 15. Cam Smith runs it, and he runs over a guy, but he only picks up about 3, but it is 3 positive yards on first down.
Yeah, 3 tough yards there by Cam Smith, and I know the cutback, that's what we've done all year, but it seems like West Florida's sitting in that cutback lane. Maybe just run behind the offensive lineman, see if we can't pick our way into something.
It's almost like they have 2 guys in that cutback lane.
2 or 3 every time he cuts back.
Wildcats run some clock here under 5.5 to go. We're sitting in a good spot, up by 3 with the football, 2nd down and 6 at the West Florida 12-yard line. Now the Wildcats will run a play. 2nd down. Noah Ray calls for it, gives it to Cam Smith. Cam Smith fights his way inside the 10-yard line, down to the 9. So now if we could muster a first down here, Jackie, and we're going to be about 3 yards from one, you got 2 plays here to get a first down. Field goal doesn't really do us any good except make it a game where they have to score a touchdown. But 3rd down. 3rd down, Noah Ray with the hard count, trying to get them to come across the line. They don't. We're going to run a little more clock, 4:45 and counting to go in the ball game. We've got the ball on the 9. We need to get it to the 6. Handoff Cam Smith. He's got it inside the 7. He almost broke a tackle to get down there, but it's going to be 2 yards short of the first down, and it's 4th down.
Oh, my goodness. And we are I'm telling you, we're 1 block away, Mike. We are 1 block away from Cam Smith being stopped 2 yards short or scoring a touchdown right there, and we just could not chip him, could not chip the linebacker.
So Coach Mays is going to let 30 seconds run off this clock here, and he's probably going to call a timeout and talk about it. After this play clock winds down to 1 second, we'll be down to about 3:50 to go in this ball game. Cats face a 4th down and 2. Coach Mays is going to call a timeout with 1 second on the play clock. There it is, timeout. And so you're looking at 4th down and 2. You're sitting at the 8-yard line. Let's talk about the scenario here, Jackie. So if you kick a field goal and you go up by 6, that means that West Florida's got to score a touchdown to go on top of you. The only problem with that is if they do, the extra point beats you. However, if you go for it on 4th down here and you're able to get a touchdown out of this drive, then they're down 2 possessions and you basically won the game. So the risk-reward here is going for it on 4th down. You got a chance to win the game. And even if you don't get it, they've got to go 95 yards the other way. But if you kick the field goal, you're up, and they have to score a touchdown. What do you do?
I'm telling you, I think right now, I'll be honest with you, I think the field goal's too risky. I think a lot of things have to happen in this cold weather to make a good field goal. I know it's a short kick. I know Blake Mays would be almost automatic from there. But you got to get a good snap, a good hold, and a good kick.
Yeah, it's basically an extra point. You're looking at a 15, 25-yard field goal, but the Wildcats thought about it.
This is what I was thinking. You tell them, we are putting it on your shoulders right now. I need 2 yards. Go get it.
4th down and 2. Wildcats full house backfield under center. Handoff Cam Smith. He's going nowhere. They've stopped us again. And that's what I'm afraid of if you run that play, Jackie. We haven't shown that we could block them in that position all night long, and therefore it just puts you in a tough spot. But now, from the 7-yard line, they've got to go 93 yards to go on top there. Less than that if they just want a game-time field goal, but they've got 3:46 on the clock to do it.
Yeah, that one... Man, I don't know. We just had a couple guys that just aren't getting touched, Mike. I mean, they're just not getting blocked at all. And I can't figure out what's happening, but nonetheless, this defense with 3:46 left to go, Wildcats up 13-10. We need them to play right here.
I told you to hold on to your hat. It was going to come down to the wire, and it is. 13-10, Cats on top, but West Florida with the football, 3:46 to go. Redding in the shotgun. Takes the snap. 3-step drop. Fires one out there. It's going to be intercepted. Oh, the Cats, Jamil Jones. Jamil Jones, a beautiful interception over the shoulder, and he's bringing it back. And that flag comes down behind the play, but it doesn't matter. We turned him over. Jamil Jones, his 10th interception of the year.
My goodness, Jamil Jones. My goodness. We just said we're going to put it on your back, defense, and Jamil Jones on the first play with a huge interception.
Well, what we did is we just got to stay for a little while because hold on to your hats, folks, because this game is not over. It's 3:33 to go in the game. Now, the Cats can run some clock here, but West Florida still some timeouts. But we're going to get a block in the back after this play, so it's going to come back to around – I'm going to say we're going to have it around the 45 of of Baker County to start this possession. They're going to move it back to the 48-yard line, so it's 1st and 10. We've got good field position, but you almost have to get a first down or two.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You got to find something here. Find a way.
13-10. Cats clinging to a 3-point lead. First down play. Noah Ray fakes the handoff to Smith, and Noah Ray takes the zone read keeper ahead for a yard. Well, actually, they don't even give him a yard. 3:20 and counting. The Cats will let as much time run off the clock as they can. West Florida's got to think about when they start using their timeouts here. We just heard the score. I think I just got a score update there. Sounded like
29-21. McCullough's up.
8-point lead. Wildcat Tim Hughes with the dial in. John Meadows giving me the update. 29-21. Second down play for the Cats here. Noah Ray takes it. He's going to give it to Smith, and Smith fights his way across midfield into West Florida territory down to the 48. But I'm telling you, Jackie, 4 yards is so hard to come by.
Oh, man.
It seems like a win when you get 4 yards.
Yeah, that seemed like a huge run there.
2:26 and counting. The Wildcats content to run this clock as long as West Florida will let them. As he still have, 20 seconds on the play clock that we can run down this thing under 2 minutes to go. Cats have gotten 3 turnovers tonight, 2 interceptions. Carlos Jefferson with 1, Jamil Jones with 1, Bryce Kazmarek with a fumble. Cam Smith has just gotten a first down. The best run of the second half, Cam Smith put his shoulder down and took it to the 41-yard line. And if West Florida doesn't start using their timeout soon, Jackie, we might be able to salt this one away.
My goodness, what a run by Cam Smith. Just when you were looking for anything positive, this offensive line does just enough to spring Cam Smith for a first down in the biggest 6 yards of the night.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Jackie. The only team that beat this West Florida team all year long was Wakulla. They've got a lead over Raines down there in Jacksonville right now. If we can salt away this last minute and a half, we'll get a chance to see if we can beat Wakulla. What a game that would be right here in Baker County. And just so Wildcat fans know, if the Wildcats do win this game, we will host again next week, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves as we get a false start there that's going to stop the clock.
I couldn't believe that West Florida let that run down from 2 minutes. I mean, you got to use your timeouts anyway.
And I got to tell you, it's basically a Wakulla win. They're up 32-21 now, under 3 minutes to go in the game.
Oh, man.
Thanks to Wildcat Tim Hughes for keeping us updated, and John Meadows, 32-21. Wakulla. Wildcats going to run one up the middle here. West Florida's going to have to start using timeouts, and they do after this play. That'll be a timeout by West Florida, and they stop the clock with 1:20 to go in the game, so 13-10. Jackie, can the Wildcats win a game that we haven't scored in since the first quarter of the game tonight?
My goodness, what a battle, Mike. I'm telling you, I've not seen a game like this in a long time. Wildcats jumped out to an early lead, 13-0. West Florida tacked on a field goal, and then we sat at 13-3 for what seems like an eternity. West Florida finally able to go down in the third quarter there and score a touchdown, and, man, now we're just clinging on for dear life here.
Jackie, rights to this broadcast of this region semifinal have been granted in the 2021 FHSAA Class 5A football championships have been granted to WFBB 97.5 by the Florida High School Athletic Association, and it is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited. Well, there's 1:20 on the clock, and that's what separates the Wildcats from a date next week in the region final. Second down play. Noah Ray in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Going to run it with Cam Smith again. Cam Smith fights his way down to the 42, and now Wakulla knows they've got to use their timeouts, and they use another one. 1:14 to go. Third down 11.
Keep bringing J-Mod Ruiz in motion, Mike. We like to run that read option into the speed option with J-Mod Ruiz. So we may see that here, just a fake to Cam Smith and see if we can't get J-Mod on the outside and try to pick up another first down here. 3rd and 11 with 1:14 up. And the Wildcats scratching and clawing. And it's 13-10 lead.
What a game here from McClenny, Florida. Baker County 13, West Florida 10, 1:14 on the clock. West Florida's now burned 2 of their 3 timeouts here in the second half. We might, if we run the football here, they're going to use their 3rd one. So even if we have to punt it away, and hopefully we can pin them deep here late in the game, Jackie, but even if we have to punt it away, West Florida's going to be without any timeouts for that remaining minute of the ball game. Oh, my goodness. Nail biter. Noah Ray sends J-Mod in motion. Cam Smith, now we're going to get a toss sweep to J-Mod going to the left side, and J-Mod's not going to pick up much yardage, and he goes out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. They don't even have to burn their last time out. So now with 1:06 on the clock, J-Mod went out of bounds. He only picked up a yard on the play. It's 4th down and 10. Cats are going to send Jameel Jones out to punt this one away. Jameel Jones just a moment ago picked up his 10th interception of the year in a critical time for that to come. And if the Wildcats can get one more stop in this football game, we're going to be moving on. Jameel Jones stands at midfield. Will punt it away. And now flags down before the play. And you're going to get a false start on the Cats. What? I'll tell you one thing, Jackie. If anything, we've reduced the penalties probably by 50% tonight, but not enough.
Nah, it's still not good. It's 50% because we had 2,000 thrown on us last game.
Now Jameel's going to stand around the 45 to punt this one away. Good snap. Jones has got his foot into it. Good kick. Going to be returned from the 15. Might have gotten a block in the back there. And we do get the penalty. So they're going to get the block in the back down around the 20, and a flag comes in way late after the play. The clock ran down to 53 seconds on the clock there. So depending on the penalties here, he returned the ball back near the 30-yard line. The flag came down back around the 20, which would have been a block in the back. From there, you'd get half the distance to the goal line, so you'd be around the 10 is where they should start. But that second flag came late, Jackie. Not sure if these might offset.
Man, yeah, I hope not. We got the clear block in the back there. As you could hear from some of the background noise. Everybody in the booth wanted that call.
And that's the only call. So there are 2 flags on the play. The second flag, I guess he just threw it late for good measure.
Made sure everybody saw it.
I tell you, the last 2 weeks, man, these guys don't like showing you that they can throw flags. They've been painting the field yellow. The flag is actually better for us than I thought. They move it half the distance all the way back to the 5-yard line. So now West Florida, 53 seconds on the clock. They trail by 3 to the Wildcats. Buckle up, everybody. Here we go. Redding is in the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers, 2 left to the right, 2 to the right. Redding, straight drop, 3 steps. He fires one out there, and it's incomplete. Looking for the receiver on the far sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 5-yard line.
The Wildcats just going to drop a bunch of people in coverage right here.
Well, that's scary because we're so good at getting pressure.
Yeah.
And when you get in these late-game situations and you're just trying to prevent, you open up things that you normally don't open up, and then you've got to be sure-handed tacklers. So 2nd down and 10 for West Florida from their own 5-yard line. They need to go a long way. Under 50 to go in the game. Redding, straight drop. He gets hit as he throws it. The Wildcats take it off. Ronnie Ellis has stepped in front of the receiver, and he makes the interception, and the Wildcats are going to win this ball game.
Wow.
Can you believe it? 3 interceptions for this Wildcat defense. 1 for Carlos Jefferson, 1 for Jameel Jones, and now 1 for Ronnie Ellis as Redding underthrew the receiver a little bit, but Ronnie Ellis went up and made a great catch. And the Wildcats are going to have a 1st and 10 going the other way, but that's not important. What's important is only 43 seconds on the clock, and the West Florida coaches leaving the box up here. They know it's over. The Wildcats are going to move on and face what color looks like in the region final next week. Man, I gotta tell you, Noah Ray takes a knee, and the clock's gonna run. And Jackie, I never would have thought, if you'd have told me at halftime that we weren't going to score any more points in this game, I never would have thought the Wildcats were going to be able to win a game that we haven't scored since the first quarter. But after Noah Ray takes this knee, that's going to do it. The Wildcats win it. 13-10 on our home field. The Wildcats take down West Florida and the Jaguars, and the Wildcats are going to get a date with Wakulla here next week in the region final. Jackie, what a win for this Cat football team.
Unbelievable, Mike. I'm with you. If you'd have told me before the game started that, hey, you're going to score 13 in the first quarter and you're never going to score again, I would have said, well, we're going to be packing it up early. But this defense brought everything they had out here tonight. And what an unbelievable performance by those guys. Got to tip your hat to West Florida's defense for hanging in there all game long. But, man, what a finish.
Well, I got to tell you, this is the type of game that, you know, you learn a lot from, and the Wildcats will have a lot to learn from. The unfortunate thing, you know, we just couldn't get anything going against that defensive front. You know, but every game is a game in itself. So now you just wipe this one off. You take a 13-10 win, and you move on to the next round, and we'll get a chance to face Wakulla. It looks like they were up by 11 a moment ago against Raines coming down the stretch. And if Wakulla, you know, this West Florida team has only lost 2 games all year, Jackie. They lost one to the Wildcats here tonight, and the other loss they have is to Wakulla. And if Wakulla is the team that we're going to play next week, you know we're in for another battle.
Yeah, and no doubt. And like you said, I mean, you just go in and you take one game at a time. Ed White had beat some teams this year, some very strong teams, and then the Wildcats handed Ed White 2 losses on the year. So you never know what's going to happen, how these games match up. I'll tell you, this was a great matchup tonight. 2 what I would call very even teams as far as great defenses coming in, offenses that have been able to have success all season long. But when you face a defense like the Wildcats and the Jaguars put on the field, man, what unbelievable performances on that side of the ball for all of these guys.
I want to thank John Meadows and Glen Baptist Church for keeping Wildcat football on the air. The Wildcats will move to 10-2 on the season, and another date with a region final next week, a chance to be regional champions when we face Wakulla next Friday night here from Memorial Stadium. So hang on, everybody. We've got another week of football to play at least. The Wildcats win it tonight, 13-10 over West Florida. We'll have our coaches show, the Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning coaches show, Monday night at 7 o'clock, and we'll be on the air next Friday night here from Memorial Stadium, looking for a packed house and a chance for the Wildcats to get down to the Final Four. Only 8 teams left now in Class 5A, and the Wildcats are one of them. And Jackie, congratulations to Coach Mays and this team for going 10-2 on the year.
Yeah, I mean, what an unbelievable performance, Mike. We're still here. We're still in it. 5A football, getting down to the wire. Not many teams left. We're cutting them in half every Friday night, and this Wildcat team manages to hang on and be a part of it.
Thanks to everyone for listening. The Wildcats win it 13-10. Look forward to talking to you Monday night from Glen Baptist Church, and then we'll be back on the air here again next Friday night and root these Wildcats on to another week. So let's go. Let's go, Wildcats. Good night, everybody.